Okay. I, Hi Hindol, how are you?
Hello, 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 hello. Hi. Are we live? I think we are.
We should be live.
Huh.
Yes, I think we're live.
Yeah. Hello, hello, everyone.
Okay. Hey, we also Akshay became a gladiator. Hey,
Hey,
nice.
yeah.
I'll,
Welcome, welcome, Akshay. And yeah, do mail us, and we'll add you to wherever.
Hindol, how are you?
I'm great. I just had dinner, so I'm feeling really sleepy. So yeah, but yeah, I just hope this stream goes well and like this. We are not bragging that we made a great quiz or anything. I just want to like put that out. अभी जो भी आ रहे हैं join कर रहे हैं
Modesty.
या हाँ मतलब ये फेक मॉडेस्टी भी नहीं है जेन्युइनली हम बोल रहे हैं कि या बेसिकली हमको क्विज रिलेटेड कुछ करना था बट वी डिडंट हैव अ क्विज रेडी एंड अभी सेकंड एडिशन को टाइम है थोड़ा तो वी आर जस्ट मिल्किंग ऑन क्या कहते हैं मेकिंग ऑफ क्विज जैसा हम कुछ करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं सो या
Nice. Kabir had commented before we had joined. इंतजार वही अच्छा होता है जिसमें इंतजार की खुशबू होती है इस इंतजार में वही बात है I'm like, wow,
हाँ
nice.
इरशाद
Uh,
इरशाद
okay, hi. Can you also access the chats? You're able to,
हाँ हाँ
right?
yeah I can
Cool.
see the
So, hi everyone. Thank you so
yeah
much for joining.
yeah
And if you have any questions for Hindol and his quiz,
yeah
please drop it in the comment section below because his team will also join. The people
hmm,
behind the Chalchitra movie quiz, they'll also join us. So, if you have any questions,
yeah
do let us know, and Hindol will be here to answer.
yeah it just sounds weird like my
Yeah,
team
if anybody got offended by any
yeah
question during the movie quiz, you know these
yeah
are the people you need to get
yeah
hold of.
yeah and if you like always if you want to like file a complaint file an FIR or something my name is Patik so yeah that that is where you
Does
address
Patik know of this joke?
no he doesn't know
Great. Patik ghee wala.
yeah yeah so oh Partha is here hi Partha
Hi Partha.
yeah Partha
So
used to make memes on the quizzes that we used to do earlier when Abhinav used to host and I would win every time. Not a humble brag, facts up, they close team. So I used to win and Partha would make memes. Yeah, fun times.
how did it feel to be on the other side? Like, did you
It
feel
it was
like kabhi?
very relieving because the stress that you have while answering is something else. Because then after a point, it's like what KV said in the end, ki like he that there is an adrenaline you can't explain. Matlab, when you don't get an answer, it really frustrates. So
कभी
when
ऐसा नहीं लगा कि oh my god, why are the guests not able to answer this
yeah,
question? मतलब मैं होता मैं एक सेकंड में कर देता.
बहुत हुआ है every single time that I have to like start giving hints and everything or like sab
Okay.
to diya because see when we design the question so when we read the question we read it keyword by keyword कि I know इस sentence में ये वाला जो bit है that is the hint so I am reading
Hmm.
it according to hints only but the guests are reading it in like full sentences I'm like yeah obviously that is the misdirection but then I like fuck it अभी hint देना start करना पड़ेगा so that it's relevant
Nice.
so yeah
There is a question for you.
हाँ
I will just ask this because this is something
हाँ
Yash Gupta has been asking us in
हाँ
all the streams.
yeah
Hi, Hindol, is there a way I can get my hands on the presentation you used for the quiz?
Mhm. I don't know if we'll be sharing the presentations at this moment because like we haven't it's not an archive as such. But having said that,
And
the all the questions and everything is accessible on the stream. तो आप screenshot लेके
Mhm.
आप कर सकते हैं. Like it is pretty
Yeah.
manageable in that sense. I'm really sorry अगर आपको बुरा लगा or anything, but yeah, that is how it is because there's no point in put making an archive and until like we complete like 3-4 editions then we'll do like a best of things अभी मतलब बहुत ऐसे far
Nice.
fetched है ये but yeah
Vaibhav is also in the comments. Hi,
hello
Vaibhav.
hello हाँ
The when is the okay? This is the question of the
हाँ
hour of the week
हाँ
until we get the
yeah
next edition, of course. But when is the next movie quiz happening?
I'll reveal it at the end of the stream so stay tuned till the end yeah we'll yeah
If we get to 300 likes before the stream ends,
yeah
we'll probably ensure Hindol gives a sooner date. So
yeah
हम
yeah
दोनों बहुत बेशरम हो गए likes
हाँ
के मामले में.
बहुत
If you
बहुत
think about it,
बेशक
both of us are very
yeah But
But yeah,
yeah, this is the only way this channel is going to grow. Like, I see a lot of comments where people say that, oh, this is an underrated channel and I don't want to, share it with anyone. It's like the secret that I know. But like, Karo, share, tell more people, because like that is how we'll sustain. So
yeah.
yeah, I
Uh,
think, yeah,
इसी बात पर guys, please like the stream.
please
56
like the
people are
stream.
watching
Yeah,
us.
yeah. I think this is a good time to,
Yeah.
sorry, bring our people in. So
Yes.
yeah, I'll just quickly introduce my partners in crime. So first on, I'll bring up the man, the myth, the legend, Chinmay. Chinmay, if you can switch on your video and audio.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello,
Thank
hello.
you for having me.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So yeah. So Chinmay, tell us something about yourself.
so I've been quizzing for a long time. I got to know Hindol through
Mm,
college, and that's how we became friends because we both loved quizzing.
yeah.
And that was a mutual thing that we first bonded over.
Mm,
And yeah, and I think this is a great opportunity. Thank you, Hindol, for like
yeah.
inviting me to be part of this.
Yeah.
It's been great fun.
Yeah. Just send me your number again. I'll PTM you the rest
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it. Yeah. So yeah, that is Chinmay. We'll talk to Chinmay more, but I have to bring up my other partner in crime. Eklavya is here. Eklavya, please connect to audio and video so that we can see and hear you. We have heard Eklavya once on the stream as the scorekeeper, and today he has joined. Yeah,
We'll finally do a face reveal.
yeah, fix face reveal. Yeah.
Eklavya, are you there? It almost feels like the newsroom. Eklavya, can you hear me?
हाँ
Yes, I
अर्नब जी
can.
हमारे
आवाज आ रही है
संवाददाता
I, I surely can hear you. Can you hear
हाँ
me?
yeah, we can
Yes,
hear you.
yes. We can't see you though.
हाँ थोड़ा ऑडियो
Because
में
the face, मैं सोचा कि सब लोग लाइक्स मांग रहे फेस रिवील के लिए, तो मैं भी मांग के ही आता ऐसा करके.
interesting strategy, guys. So we are at 42 likes. 42 is a great number if you have read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
hitchhikers.
yeah. So if you make it 100 likes, we'll reveal Eklavya's face. Yeah. So yeah. It's 81 people watching, so it's very doable. कुछ तो echo आ रहा है.
Eklavya, I think there's some problem with your audio as well. Could you
हाँ
please check it?
हाँ
There is some disturbance that's coming in.
Better now. Am
Yeah,
I
it's
audible? Is it?
yeah.
yes, it's much better. It's much better.
There was a disturbance in the force.
Yes. And 42 बोल रहे हैं, and how do we? अच्छा, I'm guessing you told hitchhikers.
हाँ I said अरे तभी तो है ना 42. 42 is
Great.
yeah.
Let me know
So
when to
guys,
start the
please,
video.
हाँ आप कर लो मतलब
you.
yeah कोई ऐसा हाँ ये बहुत चिल स्ट्रीम है हम ऐसे ही बोलते रहते हैं कुछ हाँ yeah so that is Eklavya.
Hey, Eklavya तो
Hey,
एकदम proper setup के साथ
मैं
आएगा यार.
हाँ मैं yes.
Nice.
yeah full Joe Rogan इनका
Are you planning to start filming a podcast as well?
No. All this is just in preparation of how much Hindol and has worked to the quiz. Hindol and Chinmay, बस मैं यही कर रहा था, सिर्फ जो भी है माइक वाइक सेटअप कर लिया, सब रेडी कर दिया. But whatever was, this has all been exciting stuff.
Nice.
काफी मॉडेस्टी आज के मॉडेस्टी ओपी हो जाएगा इस चैट में सभी मॉडेस्ट हो रहे हैं आज
शुरुआत में तो वही करना है ना, फिर
हाँ.
then as we progress through we will tell
हाँ.
कि नहीं ये तो क्वेश्चन मेरा था,
हाँ,
ऐसे कैसे बोल रहे हैं.
yeah. So yeah, so Chinmay told us something, so tell us something about yourself. काफी interview question उसके इसके बाद next question है, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So be prepared with the answers. हाँ अब mute पे हो Eklavya. हाँ
So yes, can you hear me now?
yeah
Yes,
good.
yes.
Okay. So I am Eklavya. I am a filmmaker myself. I am an editor for last 3 years now, and usse pehle quizzing has been a part of my life since I turned since I was 19 and since college. And college has brought me my college quiz club is the reason that I started quizzing. फिर उसके बाद I am Ahmedabad गए, ऐसा सब बहुत सब quizzing किया है, and then I had a quizzing consultancy. I had a quizzing consultancy group as well for 2 years, and quizzing has been, it is one reason that I am happy every morning to get up and read something. And it gives me a lot of lot of motivation to read stuff. And I think मैंने 19 साल के उम्र तक 19 सालों में जितना बुक नहीं पढ़ा होगा उतना तब से लेके अब तक मैं पढ़ लिया है, just because of the fact that I want new questions to come out. And I think a major 300 क्वेश्चन बनाए हमने लास्ट 3 से 5 हफ्ते में. In that doc there are about 300 questions. So I can imagine how much we have just kept on reading and reading.
Yeah, throughout the total edition, we have made around 700 questions, like from week 1 to week 15. So
I have a question for the three of you. What were your favorite rounds? We'll start with Chinmay.
Chinmay.
Like, आपका जितने भी quizzes हुए, what was your most favorite round?
This doesn't include rejected rounds क्योंकि वो अगले edition में use करेंगे.
Yeah, we don't have to do any reveal. Hindol was very scared. What if reveal नहीं करना है?
I think it was surely the food round. Yeah, I don't know why. I just had fun making it because. So I think the idea came randomly when I was arguing with a friend that rather than food, people should just start eating pills. They should just make pills. It's so much easier. You won't get sleepy. You won't get anything. And after that, I think I just texted Hindol, can we have this round as something? And that's how it just evolved from that.
Yeah, and every week we had this one problem कि main text rounds सारे हो जाते थे, then the visual rounds would come. And visual rounds में we had run out of ideas कि मतलब posters हो गया, location हो गया, अभी क्या करे. So we were trying to figure out a round, and then Chinmay texted कि recipes मतलब ऐसे food वगैरह कर सकते क्या. And then I thought, so my metric is कि if a round can be applied into Bollywood, then it stays in the quiz, because we try and avoid doing rounds which are only Hollywood, because like there has to be a balance. And then I just remembered कि the second he said recipes, I remembered Chini Kam में वो पूरा वो there's that monologue where Amitabh Bachchan tells the recipe, like हाँ बन सकता है. So then we did that round, and then we found what's that channel, Binging with Babish. उस पे सब recipes है, and it's very fun to watch as well. So,
What about you, Eklavya? What was your favorite round?
I was going to say that only कि मेरा favorite round ये होता था कि हर Wednesday WhatsApp खोलो, guys please find a visual round, and that was and the journey from that Wednesday to Saturday to figure out कि कौन सा visual round चलेगा used to be the most exciting round for me. But I think the one that worked the most, and I even seen comments and everything, I think the recipe thing worked out too well. And I don't know why. जैसे रेसिपी सुना and omelette du fromage was the first recipe that came up, and then I think that round was pretty fun. And there are of course other fun rounds that we have yet to reveal, which we will soon reveal in the next quiz. But
for that we have to come up with more rounds, then we'll figure out which ones to
What about you, Hindol? What was your favorite round?
So obviously the recipe is one, and I have two nominees because I just like the one I like only because I came up with the name. The second, the name struck me. I was like, हाँ ये round करना है. So that is the Ghana posters one.
Ghana.
So, I had read that article like long back, like Eklavya said कि you try and keep reading and then you're like इससे question बनेगा किसी दिन. I had read that article someday, and there's this Nigeria mein, there's this film industry, they call it Nollywood, and it's influenced by Hollywood and even Bollywood. So what they do is they watch a Hollywood movie, but they obviously can't understand the language. So उनके पास एक video jockey होता है in the theater who explains the movie to them while the movie is going on. So, and sometimes even the video jockey doesn't understand what's happening in the movie. So they come up with like completely different variations of the story. कि मतलब हाँ ये हो रहा है, and then people watch something and they take away something completely else. So inspired from all of this, so Nigeria में they have started making their own home movies, like पूरा green screen वगैरह करके. So it's a lot like Superman of Malegaon, जो मतलब cottage industry type का. So Mami 2018 में I had seen this movie called Bad Black. So they had like got a proper VJ from Nigeria who did the entire experience in the theater, like he was narrating the movie and we were watching what was happening, and it is one of the most fun movies I've seen. It's on YouTube for free, you can watch it. Bad Black is the name. So the movie stayed somewhere like someday I'll do something with it. And then I read the Ghana posters article and like I should try and like connect the two कि like probably movies पे कुछ कर सकते हैं, spoof related कुछ कर सकते हैं, and then one day from randomly the name Ghana Kazana came to my mind. So like chalo karke dekhte. So yeah, that is how that happened. So that was the Ghana posters round, and the second one we did like long back from Honest Trailers. So we just took the names of the, because Honest Trailers I had been following for very long, and it's one of the channels that I like keep going back to because like it's one of the funniest writing on YouTube. So yeah, it was the easiest round to make, but the most difficult to crack as an idea was. So yeah, these two rounds.
Nice.
काफी humble brag करते हो ये.
Eklavya, everyone, there was this person who was asking you about your mic.
Yeah.
So
Mic
आप लिख कर दो, हम affiliate link डाल देंगे.
अरे अच्छा मेरे को what mic is this? Is it? It's a Moano mic. I don't know. It's
So you
not,
genuinely
it's
got
just
it for
another mic. I
the
think you'll find it on.
streams?
Yes, only for Hindol. It's not for anything else. As soon as I knew that I'm speaking to Hindol, I was like, there is some requirement that is needed here.
Very professional setup.
Nice. But Eklavya proper तैयारी करके है. He's wearing a shirt. Then he's also wearing a sweater on top.
Shirt is completely peer pressure. मैं तो टी-शर्ट पहन के बैठ जाने वाला था, but there are a lot of people behind this कि are you mad? तो ये क्या करने बैठ रहा है? and then they gave me examples of कि Hindol blazer पहन के बैठा है, and you are going to sit with a t-shirt. So then that was complete peer pressure. But yes.
नहीं, but you should remember कि blazer के नीचे भी t-shirt ही था. So मतलब comfort comes first, then comes swag.
100%.
Yeah.
There was also a question like, are you guys planning to involve books in perhaps the next rounds? Yeah, is it going to be a dedicated movie quiz?
Yeah, we did do like adaptations, key movies, and that's a round we keep coming back to when we run out of ideas. So there is obviously that, but yeah, we are experimenting. अभी मतलब एक इसके बाद अगले हफ्ते एक call होने वाला है जहाँ पे we are going to figure out the format क्योंकि I was like going through all the questions that we had made like through the 15 weeks, and I realized that the first half of the quiz is very different from the questions that we made like towards quarterfinal, semifinal. And I think that's when we figured out like what is the tone, what is the voice that we are going with. So now that we are clear on that, we'll do like a better season 2. It's like a sitcom jo काफी खराब start होता है pilot, then it kind of becomes what it becomes. So yeah.
It's a very interesting question. I don't know. It's up to you if you want to answer it. But Imran Khan is asking, like, okay, we can do 2 quizzes in a week. Why do you guys only do 1?
Yeah, because
why can't you do 2 quizzes in one?
Yeah, I want to explain KV's model first. That KV does not stream the quizzes live. He conducts them over a weekend on Zoom, and the rounds are back to back. So it's like जो हम 15 weeks में करते हैं, KV does it across a Sunday and a Saturday. And उसकी जो recordings होती है Zoom की, वो edit होके आपको दिखाई जाती है. So I've attended a KV quiz long back, and I had the opportunity to see him live as well, and it's a completely different experience watching it on Zoom. तो वही है कि they put in all the effort all at once, and then they give you snippets like the best moments of it. हमारा क्या है, everything is in front of you. So when we fumble, it's in front of you. When we succeed, it's also in front of you. तो वही है, which is why these things take long time. तो मतलब ये daily soap जैसा है, we keep evolving. अगर मतलब अच्छा हुआ तो. So yeah.
Guys, whosoever is watching, do like the stream and tell us about like the process. Like क्या होता था आज quiz खत्म हुआ, and then what would you guys do? Like एक दिन का relaxation, and then the next day group में message क्या कि like let's get back to work, boys.
Chinmay, आप बोलो please.
I think Tuesday पे stream खत्म हुआ. It would be Hindol, like all of us, oh great quiz. And Wednesday was like, guys, start thinking about visual ideas. Because that was the only place that we used to always get stuck. Like we knew that other rounds would get sorted, they would sort themselves out. We wouldn't get any visual ideas after a point. And that was like Monday to Friday was us just thinking about visual ideas. And finally, Saturday, when we had a weekend and we had chuttis from our work and stuff, we used to start making questions. So throughout the week was us just like trying to think of a single visual idea to come to us and like just start working on it. Yeah, I would say that was it.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you hate about
And
Hindol?
a lot.
Sorry. Yeah, Eklavya, please answer. Tab tak you guys can think.
Yeah.
This is a question that has been regularly put
Yeah.
forward to me. Like even first
Yeah.
time I spoke to Vaibhav also, he also said, "What do you hate about Hindol?" The one thing for sure that I used to dread is every Wednesday coming up with visual idea. But uske alawa to, the exciting part of the entire process used to be कि let's see how Hindol is going to up the praise of the quiz and the work that we have done every Tuesday. So like so it started off with like 3-line message, and then it went on to a paragraph long message, and then at the end of it, it came down to a voice note with all emotionality and so much love and so much this. So that was the most exciting part of the whole process. Ki abhi Tuesday ho gaya, the quiz is done, and all me and Chinmay are doing are Hindol, you will do great and stuff like that before the quiz. And then the quiz ends, and we have gone to sleep by the time quiz has ended and everything. And then at 1:30 there is a full thank you guys, it was a great work, very proud of all of
Did he
you.
sob in his voice note? Yeah, it was just essay normal, like thank you guys. It was nice.
The voice note was a very pretty private conversation, but I think some part of that cannot be revealed as well. But
Hindol
other
is
than that,
blushing यहाँ पर.
No, this is the Michael Scott way of leadership. Yeah.
Is there something like we should like? Is there something? I'll just try to put it in a more like.
Controversial.
No. I'm trying not to be controversial. But is there something that we don't know about Hindol that you guys discovered while making the quiz that you think everyone should know, or that you think nobody should know? Like either way, it's good.
What? Yeah, I have known Hindol.
I think Chinmay can tell you more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us
I would say
soup and tea on Hindol.
I've known Hindol throughout college, right? And I think
Yeah.
the one thing Hindol is not, I think I answered it before also when you guys asked me, but he doesn't abuse as much as I would like him to on the stream. Like, I'm not
As
kidding.
you'd like him to.
Yeah.
क्या यार Hindol?
Like, this
हमारे
is,
views आ जाएंगे.
but yeah.
Yeah. See, we also encourage like kids also, no? So like someone will watch the stream and then we're like, hey, I want to quiz also. So like we have to keep that. Yeah. As if any kids are watching this, but like if you are a kid, then please hit like. If you are mentally 5 years old, please like. So yeah.
Nice. Was there one round that you guys fought over कि ये डालना चाहिए ये नहीं डालना चाहिए but like probably Eklavya was like मैं छोड़ दूंगा अगर नहीं डाला and I was like नहीं ये नहीं डालेगा. Was there any round that like caused chaos and mayhem back in पर?
Locations वाले पे हुआ था ना कि
नहीं मतलब I feel कि it is very surprising to me कि I had never met the two gentlemen here and never spoken to them before. Like literally I was put into a place कि boss Monday को quiz है, Thursday we are talking and we have to get a quiz up, and I don't think we have ever, like I think we have just taken it as a part कि we'll suggest ideas and we'll figure out what is the best space, and then because Hindol has to go up there and present the quiz, right? हम लोग ने यहाँ से उनको बोल तो दिया कि नहीं ये डालो, but उधर जाके if he's not convinced with the own question, it's not going to look great. So then we were like, okay, whatever is the final this that he takes is good with us, and it was very exciting to me to see such camaraderie without having known, like I know that Hindol and Chinmay know each other, but having never met these people, just seen them, and literally I think we have only done one voice call. The whole quiz has gone through only on WhatsApp. We have only done one voice call, and that is in the last final round, say 10 minutes, 15 minutes pehle, just to boost Hindol's this and some mathematical calculations. That's all. I think other than that, सब कुछ पूरा हम लोग ने सिर्फ WhatsApp पे create किया.
Yeah, Vani, if you remember how stressed all of us were before the finale, it was during that.
We like हो जाएगा, it's okay. I remember I mean I don't want to make it over myself, but like I like towards the end I was like shit, I don't need to mess up scores. They start competing with, they start putting me against Hindol. I'm fumbling when I'm saying this. There was so much stress. But no, like you did really well.
I remember vaibhav was doing push-ups. No, I can't do push-ups. So मतलब मैं कर सकता तो कर देता, but like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was very
Yeah.
interesting. It was very fun.
Yeah, I used to watch the stream after like every quiz. So as like I would watch it at 2x just to like finish it fast. So then I would like sleep अच्छे से कि हाँ चलो अच्छे से हो गया. And the next thing Wednesday को जब दिन उठता था, the first thing I used to do was see comments क्या है, watching कितना है वगैरह, views कितना है. And then like comments पे सबका
Yeah.
feedback start हो जाता था. You should do this, you should not do questions like this. मैं like क्या है यार. So yeah. And that is something I
Did it ever
forget.
feel like a parent teacher meeting?
Yeah. A lot of times.
Kiss point where you decided ki like so getting okay, this is not a serious question.
Huh.
This is a serious question.
Huh.
Like so you start getting feedback for a lot of things, but people don't know the process that goes into making a quiz, right? But initially when you start making anything, you know there are certain aspects. You listen to everyone. What was that one point when you realized कि ठीक है, I'll just do my own thing. This is something that I can take care of. ये मैं करूँगा. And when was that point when you realized what feedback matters and what does not?
Yeah, so throughout the thing, Vaibhav and I kept like talking ki format mein are we going wrong? Like, is there something really major that has to be fixed?
Yeah.
And we never had an answer because there are merits and demerits to everything. So वो था, but after I think in the quarterfinals and semifinals we were pretty sure that there is something that there are some things that we need to address and fix, so which is why we tried something completely simple. Like in the finale the rounds weren't very complicated. Matlab, I'm not saying we didn't put any effort. Like we just dedicated the entire effort to the quality of the questions than like trying to address diverse things. And I think that's the strategy we'll go forward in the next edition as well. Ki probably we'll cut down on the diversity of things. Like we won't try and make it like a variety quiz, but like just keep it very straight jacketed topics, but उसी में देखते हैं और कितना अच्छा कर सकते हैं. So yeah, that is what I thought you guys please add.
Yeah, I think keeping it simple is the best advice you can give on a quiz, because I remember for the finals we were trying to think of we need to have a grand finale to end everything on. What if we have like connected question where the answer of the final thing connects to the question of the next thing, and having just some big brain ideas or something. I was like, and then after a point we just like, we can rather have a good questions or like a round that goes extremely bad and people just don't connect with anything and force feels like force, extremely forced at that point. So I think the main thing that you can remember is however big the platform, in the end the quality of question is what the audience are looking for and what will get your audience, instead of how like well thought out or like how bizarre your round ideas are.
So that is the entire model, that people come to see the guests who are performing. Like for example, there is a Gulshan Devaya participating, so everyone has that like one character that they're rooting for. They come for the guests, they have to stay for the questions. So matlab, that is the model that we're trying to follow. So yeah, Iklavya, if you want to add anything.
I think mostly everyone said all this. So I think I have like, it's just the love of like making the quiz, right? It's going after every question, and it's very pleasing and very loving to come back and see comments, and then कोई लिखता है कि वो जो Batman वाला question था, that was so cool, and somebody comes and says कि, and then you read a question, and because like while you're quizzing you have a different approach to a question rather than while you're making the quiz, right? Because when you're making the question, and whenever we discuss, we know the answer, and that's how we see the question, right? And that doesn't give so much pleasure than how much it gives to see the question and then realize, oh, now this makes sense. And that moment is, I feel that moment is what most of us like any quiz master runs behind, right? Like making sure that the answer is so easily deductible that when the person who doesn't answer reads it, they regret that, oh shit, ye to pata tha yaar.
It happened to KV so many times.
For his Rangila and that Satya movie.
That was
for
also
some
because
reason
I
all
think he got
90s.
very stressed out, like,
Yeah.
and
KV,
both of the times he was competing with Gulshan, I think.
Yeah.
And Gulshan answered for both those questions.
Yeah.
And I think KV was under an immense level of pressure, not only from generally like everybody, कि आज अगर तुम नहीं जीते, so you will not be able to continue the this that you carry, the crown that you carry, that quizzing means KV.
Yeah,
So,
I remember we
at
were
the end,
discussing.
it had come very.
Finale mein to I think there was this one time where someone answered something and KV just went like, what? I don't know who pointed it out, but yeah, things were getting intense. But it was great. There's a question that Piston Kid has asked you. I can't find it because it was very. Did you ever feel the need to self-censor your questions?
I won't call it self-censoring, but there were times when I think Chinmay के साथ मेरा ये conversation हुआ था कि there was some question that we felt was kind of sexist. मतलब the eventual funda was like not very this thing. It was that Arrested Development वाला question, yeah. That actress had passed away, and
Jessica Walters.
Yeah. So basically, Arrested Development पे question था where the actress Jessica Walters had passed away, but the question was on some other actor का trivia, and then the entire connect was that identify this show where an actress related to the show passed away. Then we had this chat कि मतलब ये करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए, because I don't know, it just didn't feel right doing that. So yeah, it's just stuff like that. Matlab, you just have to keep ethical types. And there was one point in the quiz initially where there was a question on Main Prem Ki Diwani Hu, and this was like in the initial editions, and that kind of like internally got to me, like we obviously did the question, but there was like my model was ki in the regional cinema the question tha, one that we don't address it just as remakes ki matlab oh so and so movie was a remake, identify which movie, because like, Indian cinema is much more than Bollywood remaking those films. So that was one conscious thing that we wanted to move away from. That was one. And second was each question was like a recommendation. So we were treating it in that sense ki if I watched a good movie and if I want to tell people that you should watch this movie, we'll try and bring it into a question. So each and every film in the regional cinema thing has come from a personal recommendation. So which is also in spirit with the channel, which is why you should like the stream. Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, you should like the stream because it gets recommended to more people, and then more people have a chance of discovering the channel. The more the people discover the channel, the more we can reach out to a lot of people.
Yeah, and then we can bring all the guests that you are asking for in the chat.
If you ever want to see a guest on the channel, obviously you can come tell us that we want to see them and we'll try and approach them. But what helps us more is if you guys are already there. Like I remember there was someone who had commented on Saurabh Pant's video like, hey, do a live stream with Chalchitra Talks, go to Chalchitra Talks, etc., etc. And therefore, by the time we approached him, he already knew of us.
Yeah.
So that is so helpful. So if you want us to interview someone, if you want us to get someone on stream, rate their Instagram, rate their social media, like very politely. But do so because it's because it's always very helpful for us. And I mean, that's one. There was another question. I think that can be one final question before we take a break. Sorry, this is by Nims. How would you go about making a particular question? Like someone just frames it and then you can edit, or you guys focus on a topic and try to come up with as many questions as possible on that topic.
You guys start first.
Yeah, so I think for me, process isn't looking for question. It's just throughout the normal work week, just watching some YouTube video or Redditing or listening to some podcast, or there are multiple things such as Dix or like popular URLs, which basically just is an aggregator of all the top things that is happening on the internet on that day. So just going through those and just thinking, oh, this will make a good question, this will make a good question, and just keeping it in Keep or Notion server, saved all those links, and at the end of the week coming back to them and just focusing what will make a good question or what has a good funda of if the name of the movie would suit as an answer well, or the name of the actor or the director, and just having it in your mind, just processing through multiple options, multiple trial and errors, trying to figure out what would be a good connect to forming all this trivia and getting the funda out there. Because that's the main point of any question, is to have like a really interesting funda where the answers are extremely deducible. So that's how I would ideally go about making a question.
Eklavya.
Very similar process. I think my process, like I like, even though for like an year or so I have not quizzed or I have not been quizzing because of work and stuff, but I've kept on writing. Like I have an entire this of called question bank on my keep, which I keep supplying it with questions. Anything I hear, like I listen to a podcast, there is something, some fact that comes up, and then I'm listening to something, I'm watching something, I'm going through mental flaws, something or the other, some website, some Reddit, some channel. I'm pretty sure I'll come up across facts, and I think now it's become a habit for me to get up every day and search for something out there so that I fill my brain with a new fact. Before I used to do it with complacency of making questions, but now I think it's just become, Kiari, let's find something new, interesting today in the world of this. And I've always been extra excess, like obsessed about movies and things that go on a set and things that go on behind the scenes. So something or the other comes up and then you store it down. Yes, I think this quiz, like this quizzing period, because as Hindol said that every week coming up, and it was like a daily soap. Every Monday बैठते थे writers room, and then they start writing, and the Thursday तक script writing. Like similarly, so every Wednesday, so like, because by the time it came, like we were scratching like all, like at least my question bank was all done with like all like movie trivia and things that we could have added in this quiz. So then for sure I used to like go out there and look for more trivia and more facts and try and search through the entire plethora of information that there is. And then if there's some funda that I like or some funda that I catch up on, and then put that funda and then figure out ki how can you woo the audience through it, like how will the audience feel like, oh. And of course that funda has to like first also put that feeling to me also. Like I am, like today I came across some kind of podcast which Shakti was on. Actually Shakti was on this podcast, and I came across that podcast and came to know that in 1992 or 93 there was a corporate office where the coffee machines, people had to walk up and down and they had to go and fill coffee from the coffee machine. A lot of the time the coffee pot used to get empty, and people had to just keep walking up and down, and then they figured ki coffee pot hi khali, and they could not take back coffee, and that led to the invention of CCTV camera. So they just put a camera that showed the empty coffee pot or showed the coffee pot, whether it is filled or less, and then people could just see that, and then they could have gone back. And that CCTV apparently is the first CCTV, like because it was discovered, and then it's stored in a museum. And the last, like literally the last image on the CCTV is mouse going click, like the screen shows the mouse and it shows stop recording. And so this was a fact that came across today, and I wasn't looking, just listening to something or the other. So I think there's a lot of there's a lot of information. I don't think like any day it's going to get over.
Will it be there in the next quiz, this piece of information, because you'll be prepared?
Yeah. So, but
yeah, we'll find a movie related to coffee, and then we'll like.
And then this will be the fact we'll or CCTV cameras.
Yeah.
But so nice. Thank you so much, Eklavya and Chinmay, for joining us. And
thank you for having us.
I hope like there'll be, obviously there are so many more quizzes coming up, but I'm so excited to not participate, but be a part of them. But thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you so much for having us. And Vani, you do a great job with scoring as well. I was told to do it once, and it was the most dreadful thing that I felt at that point. Plus, KV was on that quiz. I was so stressed. I have literally written question ka naam, number, usme kitne kisna kaun sa answer diya, so that in case there was some confusion. So you do a great job with that. And Hindol, you are amazing as always. And it's been a pleasure working with all of you guys.
Thank you so much.
अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ, second edition है.
खत्म क्या है वो तो I don't think I have. Even if I try to leave the group, I'll still remain in it. So I'm looking forward to this, and it's exciting.
चलो.
and I'm waiting to
Thank you
know.
so much.
Even I am. So just to let everybody know, even we are waiting to know when the next quiz is, so that we can start creating the good work that can happen.
Yeah,
So,
the headmaster will announce the dates aaj sham ko, like after, not aaj sham ko, but like when the stream
at the end of the stream. So yeah, stay tuned.
yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so
And
much. Yeah. Good night,
we
guys.
have already.
Good night.
Sorry.
Good night,
Yeah,
guys. And
Eklavya, you were saying
everybody
something.
go like the stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go like the
Please do
stream.
so.
Go like the stream.
Chalo.
सब एकदम
अरे
जोरदार
बस
like ठोक दो. That's it.
बस हो गया. चलो.
Thank you so much, guys. But yeah, this is so fun.
Yeah.
Mr. Pink is here. Good work, guys.
Hello.
But yeah, guys,
Hello, Mr.
whosoever are watching this stream, do like the stream.
Yes.
And also I should mention, Vaibhav, like a few chats ago, someone had commented we should get Sinbad, Captain Sinbad. I think I think he's a YouTuber. But we've also, Vaibhav has tweeted to Ali Abdul, Dr. Ali Abdul. I hope that's the correct pronunciation.
Yeah.
And if you guys would like to see him on the channel, do retweet his tweet. Yeah. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Before anything happens here. And if any of our mods are watching this, please us tweet ka link yahan par mention kar do, so that you guys can go retweet it and like rate their YouTube comments and whatever. There are like, if you want to see someone on the channel, just rate their YouTube comments and then tell us as well, so that we also can reach out to them, because we usually do so, but yeah.
And this is exactly how we got Peter Gold as well. So it's not कि हम आपसे काम करवा रहे, like it's not, it definitely not that, but it's that if मतलब वही है कि we are not running the channel as well. Like obviously we are doing the logistical part of it, but अब जो audience है तो it is entirely.
It also depends a lot on you guys.
Yeah, so मतलब it's literally your channel as well. So yeah. Is that, and so now I'm not bitching the two gentlemen that had come, but we are looking to expand the quiz team more, because obviously now we have to sustain it for a longer time and we have to cover more diverse things. So if you are interested in working for the quiz, so I'll tell you what we are basically looking for. We're looking for someone who's strong with Bollywood and Indian cinema, and by Indian cinema I mean cinema across all languages, not just from the south or like a particular region. So if you feel that this is something that would interest you, and if this is something that you can continue working whatever based your schedule is, please mail Vaibhav or Ravani. कोई मॉड्स है तो प्लीज आईडी डाल दीजिए इनका, तो प्लीज गेट इन टच एंड वील टेक इट फॉरवर्ड फ्रॉम देयर, बट प्लीज अप्लाई बिकॉज वी नीड समवन फॉर इंडियन सिनेमा. सो या ग्रेट. अभी क्या कर रहे हैं?
Yeah, so before this stream, Hindol and I were talking. Like Hindol and me, like I think we started talking this year itself, right? 2021.
Yeah.
A few months ago, I think एक महीने पहले we spoke like proper when we did the stream together and there was nobody else. And the initial minutes were very awkward. And before we started the stream, I was like, hey Hindol, like how do you want to go about today's stream? कर लेंगे. इतना awkward तो पहले जितना awkward नहीं है. So I was like, हाँ, there will be nothing awkward. And now look at us, like, Hindol, क्या करना? No, but this is great fun. Are you also planning to do like something related to books in the future streams, minus the adaptations and everything?
I think about it क्योंकि अभी mostly the second movies ही करना है, because that is something that I know I can pull off a decent quiz on. तो वो है. And general quiz भी कर सकते हैं, मतलब obviously ideas तो हैं, it's just that we want to perfect the one thing that we are known for. मतलब it's क्या बोलते हैं, what is that phrase, counting the eggs वाला, या कौन सा phrase था, counting the eggs before they hatch वाला, वो नहीं करना है. So we don't want to like go into too many things. एक चीज करेंगे, अच्छे से करेंगे, then we'll and you have hosted the book quiz earlier, तो वो भी तो हमने किया है. बुक क्विज भी है गाइस, ये चैनल पे है प्लेलिस्ट. कि उसमें एक राउंड है, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग राउंड है, which is the letters round, which is like the one round everyone
it was basically us like nobody, like it was so frustrating, nobody would get anything from there, but it was just so interesting to watch the people struggle with it.
It was like if you had put like a doctor's prescription in it, paracetamol,
there was no way you could get it right, like unless you just had to go like hit and trial hota tha. But
I came for one quiz. I miserably lost. I think I answered like 3 or 4 questions. That is also because like I don't read
You know,
much.
my first movie quiz,
हाँ,
like जो अभिनव host करता था, when
yeah.
we had decided कि we'll move the quiz from WhatsApp to YouTube.
हाँ,
Vaibhav asked me, "Do you want to join as a participant?" I said, "No, I don't know anything about it. No, thank you." I was like, "No, no, no, do come, do come."
yeah.
And then I started as a participant,
Hmm.
but eventually by the end of the night, I was taking scores.
Yeah.
that that was my audition as the scorekeeper slash the third empire. But मुझे 2 questions, 1.5 questions के answer आते थे.
Right.
And then बीच में there were this question जिसमें graphs वगैरह थे. I looked at it and I was like, ये तो होगा ही नहीं. Let me just look at questions.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
I
have you
gave
done
my
any quizzes like in school types पहले?
school में I've done GK
Hmm.
geography जो usual आपके
हाँ.
होते थे.
Yeah.
Like
Name
those.
India's first Formula One driver. ये हर साल आता था हमारे स्कूल के क्विज में हर साल ये क्वेश्चन आता था.
What was it?
Yeah,
India's first form.
Narayan Karthikeyan's only achievement is that he was the first Formula One driver in India and used to like drive really slow. Sorry, Narayan Karthikeyan, अगर आप ये stream देख रहे हैं, but yeah, it is what it is. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But why? Like I've observed this with a lot of people that whatever is the first quiz of your life, if you win that, then you are in for like the entire this thing. Like,
I
yeah.
won the quizzes I
हाँ
participated
नहीं
in.
नहीं मतलब द फर्स्ट क्विज जो भी आपका रहता है लाइक इफ यू विन इट देन द हाई दैट यू गेट इज समथिंग
Yeah.
दैट इज लाइक देन यू लाइक हाँ चाहे जितना खराब हो करना ही है करना है. तो yeah, that has happened with Chinmay as well. ये मेरी बहुत पहले एक बार उससे बात हुई थी तो we bonded over these things. So yeah, we've
Yeah.
had some terrible quizzes also, like quizzes we attended as participants and like कुछ answer नहीं आ रहा है but like we answered like 3 questions out of 20. Yeah, you're just sitting there and doing nothing. There are some really intense quizzes as well. So मतलब yeah, that is how it is.
What is the best quiz you've ever attended?
The best quiz that I have ever attended. There are quite a few. There used to be one called the Landmark quiz. So Landmark जो bookstore होता था उनका एक quiz होता था, which used to happen in like a lot of cities, Chennai, Bangalore, Bombay में होता था, and in so they had a juniors edition for school students and like a proper seniors also. Dr. Naveen Jayakumar was the quiz master. So we had attended that, and in the so every quiz has a preliminary round where like there are 20 questions you have to write an answer, and then from the hundreds of teams that come they select like the top 5 which will finally compete. So जो prelim round था, we like when we saw the question we were like shit कुछ नहीं आता हम लोगों को. So we just took like जो भी obvious guess आ रहा था हमने लिख के दे दिया. And then in the prelims there's always like this one team when they discuss the answers they answer every single question and like हाँ ये लोग qualify हो रहे हैं हम घर जा रहे हैं तो Uber book कर लो आप. वो होता है when they announce the results they don't qualify but you somehow end up qualifying for the stage round. And then so obviously we made it and like we came second and stuff. But yeah, that was a very fun quiz because even if you knew nothing about the question, just from reading whatever was in the question itself you could figure out what the answers were. So it's a very like from a knowledge point of view it's like a very interesting this thing, and it teaches you how a lot how to make questions as well. So that is our entire this thing as well. If you know nothing about the movies as well, if you just read the question you should be able to answer as well. So yeah, that is one quiz that I really miss, that because Landmark shut down. So now they're trying to do a digital edition which I didn't really like as much, but yeah, I hope
But
it.
now after you've hosted like one entire session of
Hmm.
Chalchitra movie quiz, do you want to go back to the other side where you get to be a participant?
I'm always happier hosting because there's it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's just something that I really like doing. I don't know. It's a very weird thing. मैं बहुत बॉर्नवीटा quiz देखता था बचपन में, तो and it was like my childhood dream कि like I'll go to the quiz someday, but I couldn't qualify. Not that I tried, but like I was out of the eligibility thing, तो वो हो गया. Yeah, I think I have the book also somewhere here. Yeah. I just keep it as a helps with good dreams. This is like the best of quiz questions. So I just read it sometimes. I have the entire book memorized now. I've read it
Wow,
so many
nice.
times. Yeah, this is almost like 10, 15 years old. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And
So,
I hope that there's like some good movies or shows or something on quizzing because like it's a very good subculture And there's one movie on Netflix which is Brahman Naman, which was made by Q, and I didn't like it at all because it like it took the subculture, but it did like it made it into an American Pie thing. Like they didn't do justice to the thing. So someday I'll make one. So let's see. Very cocky. So yeah, I think it's a good time to read.
I have a very, very stupid question.
Pujo.
Very silly question. It's
Yeah.
completely off topic.
Huh.
I'm telling you in advance.
Huh.
But like, were you convinced to like? So there used to be a big like Bonvita, Milo, and Complan and Horlicks. They all were very big competitors, right? एक bat gift कर रहा है, एक pencil box gift कर रहा है, एक वो हो रहा है. Bonvita used to have this quiz. So were you always partial to Bonvita because of the quiz? Yeah, did you stare off and tried Milo because of the ball or the pencil box or like that?
Yeah, this is a great question because I've thought a lot about this. And so there was this time when in my childhood, I was very into advertising. Matlab, I used to look out more for the ads than the actual programs. And whatever, मतलब कोई भी product है उसका ad है तो खरीदना देखते क्या try करके देखते कुछ तो होगा. So in that phase I've tried out all these products, मतलब Horlicks बोलो, Complan बोलो, Boost, Milo सब करके देखा था. And my opinion was that Milo was the most superior one among all of these, despite all their brand commitments and everything, because Milo kept it very simple. Milo is like, हाँ आपको sports करना है, we are good. आपको academics में करना है, we are good. आपको pencil box चाहिए, we are good. So Milo covered the entire, whatever you needed, Milo was there.
But so was Bonvita, right? They didn't give you free pencil box. That was their only fault.
Yeah, but
Bonvita also said the same thing.
Yeah, but where Bonvita lost the game for me was so Bonvita quiz contest obviously tha, but after that in like 2006-7 they made this thing called Bonvita Confidence Academy. This was like a thing they did, like it had singers, dancers, वगैरह जो भी था, and they came together and like they made a small reality show out of it, and there they completely lost me because like see, all these art forms they have their own reality show ना, मतलब उनको मिल रहा है ना डांस इंडिया डांस इंडियन आइडल, तो उनको करने दो ना वहाँ पे. why do you have to get into a space where you weren't there? And Milo was very sorted in that sense कि हम वही pencil box बेचेंगे, हमारा हमारा चल रहा है सही.
You know, you still get tetra packs of Milo.
Yeah.
I love
I think Milo was discontinued after for a very long time, and then they came back. I remember like we used to have a school annual days, right? And they would be in the like Christmas break hota tha 25th December and 24th December ko annual day hota tha, and our school was very weird in that sense कि every class had to dance, like nobody had other talents. Yeah, so they used to like segregate us as class कि 8th standard will do this, 9th will do this, and we used to practice for
every school.
we used to practice for 1 month. Like the entire month of December was just no padai, nothing, just practice. And on the last day, like on 23rd, which is like one day before the final event, to motivate everyone, they would give like one Mekalu tikki जो 25 रुपए का आता था उस टाइम पे, and one Milo tetra pack. So then everyone would be like, so you like आप पूरे साल फीस भर रहे हो and like this is finally you're getting the money's worth. So yeah, that was very like, it's a good memory that we had. Yeah, which is why I feel I think Milo sucks now.
No, it's amazing. Sorry. I travel 30 minutes from my house because मेरे घर के आसपास कहीं Milo का tetra pack या वो Milo नहीं मिलता है. So I travel 30 minutes for the tetra pack because that's the only way I can get Milo and it's very tasty.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the tetra pack thing. Like I like to, मतलब अगर powder दे दो तो I'll make my own thing because like थोड़ा उसमें customizability मिलता है. I think it's too watery now. I don't know. It's probably just me.
Yeah. That it is.
Yeah. So if
I like Bonvita and Milo.
Bonvita, I was told a theory once by a WhatsApp uncle. Like obviously, like he's a family relative only, but now he's very active on WhatsApp, so I blocked him. So yeah, the theory was that Cadbury में जो chocolates वगैरह वो लोग बनाते थे, उसका जो भी residue बच जाता था, they didn't know what to do with it, so they granulated it into powder form and they sold it as Bonvita. This is a very smart marketing strategy, कि like you're making use of your waste products as well, but yeah. Was quite interesting. But yeah, ठीक है, waste भी अगर आपका इतना अच्छा है तो मतलब it's a good thing only. So if you had to rank Bonvita, Milo, Complan, Boost, and Horlicks, what is your order of preference?
I feel like I'm on coffee with Karan.
Yeah.
Bonvita, Milo, Boost, Horlicks.
Horlicks and Complan.
Boost is not there.
Boost is also there. So Bonvita, Horlicks, Milo, Complan, and Horlicks.
Okay. Bonvita, Milo. I tried Complan. कुछ नहीं होता. I'm still like not like I don't have a like my I'm like tiny. So Boost like Complan is last. Horlicks or Boost, I think Boost ki packaging was a little more premium than Horlicks. So Boost is 3, 4 is Horlicks, 5 is Complan.
Right. Yeah, mine is also similar, except I've two discoveries that I made. So Complan had those biscuits, remember? Complan biscuits आते थे अलग. So वो क्रीम बिस्किट वाला ही फंडा होता था, बट लाइक अलग अलग जितने फ्लेवर्स आते थे कॉम्प्लान के उनके बिस्किट्स भी आते थे. तो जस्ट फॉर दैट मेमोरी आई विल कीप इट इन द रैंकिंग. दैट इज वन. एंड बॉर्नवीटा के भी बिस्किट्स आते हैं. आई गॉट इट थ्रू स्विगी में मेरे को मिला फ्री कि आप लॉयल कस्टमर हो, आपको देते हैं मार्केट टेस्टिंग के लिए. दैट वाज दैट. एंड हाँ, और कुछ बोलने वाला था क्या? हाँ, हॉर्लिक्स गोज ग्रेट विद ब्लैक कॉफी. Like this is, I used to try this when I had to like stay up during exams and stuff. So I would make black coffee like without sugar in the night, and then I was like कि इसमें taste बढ़ाता है कुछ करके. So I had Horlicks powder का डब्बा तो मैंने डाल दिया, देखते क्या होता है, and surprisingly it tastes well. So yeah.
Shall I tell you like if you want to like okay, हमारे कॉलेज में एक कॉफी मिलती थी which was more water, जैसे वो मिलती है ना machines की.
Right.
So उसमें people are going to roast me like they roast me for Bonvita and bread. But
Bonvita and bread is very nice. See, it's chocolate only ना, मतलब अगर आप जाते हो कहीं पे आपको chocolate toast मिलता है, आप melt करके अगर खा सकते हो.
This was before Nutella was introduced into my life, so ठीक है.
Yeah, so if you are okay with melted chocolate, you can also be okay with solid chocolate. मतलब try करके देखो यार, अच्छा होता है. हाँ, anyway.
Yeah. So we used to get this coffee at the OC वगैरह, and वो जो machine वाली होती है, and so if you dip 5-star and then eat it, it's actually good.
In the coffee, right?
Yeah. And even in black coffee.
Yeah, वो caramel वाला.
You call me crazy.
नहीं. I can understand caramel वाला वो scene होता होगा ना.
Yeah.
I used to do a thing कि used to give us hot chocolate, मतलब मिलता था 30 रुपए का कॉलेज में. And my thing was, so I can't deal with hot beverages. I don't get the concept of drinking tea. तो मैंने देखा अगर गर्म है तो ठंडा करके पीते. So hot chocolate में खरीदता था, and this is going to sound even weird. तो ठंडा करने के लिए I used to buy a packet of gems. मैं उसमें डाल देता था. I would like keep it for some time, and then it would become like a solidified beverage kind of thing. तो फिर it's very tasty. I was addicted to gems at a point.
I wish Ajay Singh was watching this, because Ajay Singh is a viewer who always जैसे I'm like, so if I do anything, he'll comment like, "This is why you don't have Bonvita with bread." His comments come like this. So I was like, I hope he's watching.
See, life is too short, man. Just do whatever.
Life is too short.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for pickles and anything that's chocolate.
Yeah.
Wood. That's it. Else, I'm very accommodating otherwise.
Yeah.
But
yeah, same. The Milo thing that I had a obsession with was also came from chocolate only. मतलब Cadbury का जितना product variety है मैंने सब try करके रखा था. There was this very weird chocolate they had called Temptations, which was for adults, like it was quote unquote an aphrodisiac. And I learned this in third year of college in marketing, where we were doing a case study on Cadbury's, how they changed their marketing and everything. And then our HOD was talking about Temptations, why Temptations failed. And then she told us that it was supposed to be for adults. It was an aphrodisiac. And I am
is that why, like, so I remember like हमारे college में like nobody used to, there was no concept of getting yourself the Temptations thing. It was always like something someone would get for you if they have a crush on, if they like you, or people would gift each other if they were in a relationship. So makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was the same thing with Little Hearts and all those things also. No, मतलब they were.
I miss those. What were those? What
Bites.
Bites.
Cadbury Bites.
Bites. Cadbury Bites.
Yeah, bites I can't get why they cancelled it. मतलब क्या ही मतलब, अब आपको बड़े शहरों में अगर ऑडियंस अच्छी नहीं मिली, आप बेचो ना हमको, भोपाल जयपुर में हम लोग बैठ के खा रहे हैं, आप जो दोगे हम खा
Yeah,
लेंगे.
I mean it was, but then sometimes I like to think it's okay. Otherwise हम बड़े होते जाते, जैसे chips का size कम होता जाता, the air increases and the amount of chips you get decreases. We would have hated bites for that.
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think the taste was pretty solid for that. Like obviously eventually you would get to the packaging thing, but I think it's from a purely missing, it's like when you miss your relationship territory mein ja raha. But yeah, that is how
But
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was also this I don't remember the name of it, but like it was like ये pencil है, it was this long and इससे थोड़ा सा like it'll be थोड़ा सा चपटा, but like and इसमें chocolate होती थी, like liquid chocolate. I don't remember what the name of that was.
Yeah, chat में अगर किसी को आ रहा है तो please लिख दीजिए.
Yeah.
This was I don't think this was a proper marketed product. ये मतलब ऐसे ही loose मिलता था.
Yeah. I never liked Temptations though. I
Yeah, I
think.
never liked it. I don't know why I was having it, but like
I
वही खा
love the
लिया.
usual Cadbury Dairy Milk.
Yeah. There was one I remember which had white chocolate in it and उसमें से कार्टून कैरेक्टर्स के शेप्स बने होते थे, तो उसमें होता था कि जो व्हाइट चॉकलेट का लेयर है उसको आप डिटैच करके निकाल सकते थे.
Oh yes, yes, and it could also glow or something like
Yeah,
that. I don't know. Ads made it used to glow.
there was some weird shit that he used to do with
Yeah.
that. I think Vavi.
Oh, someone had commented Choco Sticks and Chalky. So I had Choco Sticks, Choco Sips or something like that. And I remember so I grew up in Kulu, वहाँ पर मिलती थी. And then I moved to Mandi, and वहाँ नहीं मिलती थी. So I used to ask my friends कि whenever you're crossing this, please get this for me. डब्बा खरीद लो please.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that happened with me in. So my dad used to stay in Bombay, and I used to stay with my mom.
Yeah.
Bhopal mein. So I came to Bombay 2004 mein, like Christmas mein. So the first time I had choco pie, and it really blew my mind कि यार मतलब biscuit भी है, chocolate भी है, सब एक साथ में
Did
मिला.
you warm it or did you just eat it
I
like
just
that?
had it. मतलब I got the
Okay.
किसी वो imported वाला डब्बा था तो मिला. What can I do? तो मैं खा लिया. I didn't know मतलब experiment करना होता नहीं करना होता. I just had it and I liked it. Then the second mind blower came, which was Pringles. Not till this point, my only exposure was Lay's and Uncle Chips, and I was a big fan of Uncle Chips. I have fought with people who said Lay's is better than Uncle Chips, and I told them no,
No,
Uncle
it's
Chips.
not.
Uncle Chips was much better than Lay's. Uncle Chips did not get the view it should have. It अभी जैसे यार vaibhav का जैसे वीडियो आता है ना कि this is an underrated filmmaker, you should talk about it. मेरा this is an underrated chips, you should talk about.
This should be the debate topic for Thursday.
Yeah.
कि Uncle Chips or Lay's, which is better?
Yeah, but
Guys,
now
let
I
us know
think
if you'd like to see a debate on
yeah,
that.
but उस टाइम में अंकल चिप्स के varieties भी बहुत आते थे कि मतलब there were like multiple flavors and everything वो सब
Which
आता
one
था.
do you like?
There used to be this chaat कुछ तो अजीब सा फ्लेवर आता था. एक तो वो था, एक लाइट ब्लू कलर का आता था और एक ग्रीन कलर का जो ट्रेडिशनल क्लासिक था वो तो था ही. Which one did you like?
I liked I think I don't remember. I think I liked the green one, जिसमें the chips wasn't like completely flat, they were like ऐसे.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
standard Uncle Chips का
Yeah,
वही
yeah, I love
groove
standard
था.
wala. And then there was this blue, I think, which was plain salted, which was equivalent to Lay's ka yellow wala.
Yeah.
So I used to love having that with ketchup, chili and sweet ketchup. I'm so specific.
There was this Lay's flavor. I remember when they were trying out the whole green Lay's, red Lay's, whatever flavor thing. There was this light blue Lay's, जिसका lemon flavor होता था, and
I had it.
yeah,
मैं गाँव में रही.
बहुत limited time के लिए था. And if you want to experience like second hand consumption of this, go to Netflix, watch मैं हूं ना में जो वो वाला गाना नहीं है गोरी गोरी वाला, तो उसके एकदम starting में you can see Amrita Rao having she has that packet of chips and she's eating from that. I have this very weird memory only because I used to like that chips and I saw it in the movie. मतलब every time I watch मैं हूं ना मेरे को भी अब वो chips याद आता है. उमामी कहते हैं उसको. Yeah. काफी वो यार वो फ्लेवर पता नहीं क्यों बंद हो गया. ये मार्केट रिसर्च वालों को कौन फीडबैक देता है पता नहीं.
Definitely not you.
Yeah.
But yeah, who remembers the toys that came with Uncle Chips? What?
हाँ,
कब आते थे?
अंकल चिप्स में टॉयज आते थे. चीटोस का
I have never like
yeah
देख
this
मेरे सामने कभी अंकल चिप्स ने कुछ फ्री नहीं दिया. They
this
just
was
had poetry on the back of it. Family मिली after a long time.
that was कुरकुरे ना. कुरकुरे में वो फालतू का वो लोग स्टोरी लिखते हैं कि वो
That was Uncle Chips. दीदी ने अंकल चिप्स का पैकेट खोला तो भैया का दिल बोला आजा मेरी सीट पे.
I don't remember this. नहीं, I just remember कि चीटोस का पूरा ब्रांड गेम ही वही था कि उसमें टैजोस मिलते हैं. And
I liked Cheetos a lot.
yeah, I didn't like Cheetos क्योंकि it would get too messy और फिर हाथ धोना पड़ता था. तो मतलब it is not very conducive. Like imagine you're watching a show okay, and you're on a schedule कि मेरे को 6:30 बजे पोकेमॉन देखना है, फिर 7 बजे ये देखना है. I can't go to like the washroom and like wash my hand ना. तो अभी मेरे को देखना है तो I have to focus there also. Yeah, then, which is why
Priorities.
I didn't like Cheetos as much. But yeah, मतलब Tazos वाला था, fad था, but then at the same time I was the first person in my class to get the Milo pencil box as well. तो उसमें वो एक 3D reflector
I
वाला
used to love Milo का pencil box. I don't know why. उसमें cricket और wickets साथ में free आती थी. So we used to play in the class. I was I think in class 2 or 3. 2 probably and फिर हम वहाँ पे क्रिकेट खेल रहे होते थे बैक एंड में and then
माइलो का मेरे पास एग्जाम पैड भी था एक. मतलब वो ये होता था ग्रीन कलर का, तो वो था मेरे पास. वो काफी मतलब ऐसे लकी चार्म हो गया था.
I don't know if you remember there was this toffee Mahalacto and they rolled out this thing कि हमारी टॉफी के रैपर्स में Mahalacto का एक अल्फाबेट आएगा and you have to collect it together. So what I did was because I used to, so my parents, my father was posted in a rural location. So I was staying with my grandparents for a year. And because their grandparents, obviously, they love you so much and they like to pamper you a lot. I emotionally blackmailed my grandfather into buying me the whole dabba of Mahalacto. And then cut to Sunday, both of us are sitting there opening its wrapper. And I just cannot find, I think it was the alphabet O. And I was like, what? And that is when my heart broke. कि अच्छा ठीक है ये सब झूठ होता है झूठी बात है. God, that was it. Never believed the gimmicks again.
Yeah, even I had this blackmailing grandparents wala phase because I used to stay with my grandparents na us time pe. तो I don't know why Pokemon promotions were very aggressive. Like Cheetos में तो आता ही था, but at the same time in every product they had this thing. तो I think किसान या कोई तो product था पता नहीं, उसमें trump cards मिलते थे Pokemon के. And trump cards used to be a big thing at that time. Like you could trade and everything. Like पूरा I remember like साल की आपको बुक्स लेनी होती है ना, तो I went to buy my books and the guy gave me like a trump card deck for free. like मेरे को नहीं चाहिए, I don't follow Pokemon. Like you will need it in school. It's like वो Hagrid वाला moment था कि he is buying me all the wands and everything कि like you are going to need this. And then I went to school and then obviously I realized why Pokemon trump cards were important because like it was मतलब सोशल करेंसी था. जैसे अभी मैं वो वेरी वियर्ड एग्जांपल बट माउस में वो था ना कि दे यूज्ड टू ट्रेड सिगरेट्स इन द होलोकॉस्ट की. मतलब गोल्ड वॉच के लिए यू विल गेट 200 cigarettes and you can buy food from that. So yeah, trump card Pokemon trump cards were like the currency in a thing because we can't do money na, so Pokemon trump cards were those things.
Nice. I never went through that. So, but I don't know if you collect so Cadbury Gems का वो जो बॉल आता है उसमें पांडास आते थे एक टाइम. I was obsessed with collecting. I was obsessed. Like so we used to, I think वो 11th 12th class की बात है. My mother used to hate me. She was like, you've got no sense, look at you grown up, 11वीं 12वीं में हो गए हो फिर भी ये कर रहे हो. So like physics की classes would end and we would get out and there was this shop right next to the ट्यूशन सेंटर एंड वहां पर कैडबरी जेम्स मिलते थे एंड आई वुड बाय देयर कंप्लीट स्टॉक. आज 5 जेम्स पड़े सर दे दो सारे. एंड देन माय ओनली वुड बी कि हाँ पांडास कलेक्ट करने.
There was a very cute campaigning जो gems का था. I like all the gems that they've done. So one was I remember the art installation one कि पूरा gems का एक sculpture होता है and this guy takes out one gem and all of it comes apart. That was one.
I love gems.
Gems was very, as I said, I was very addicted to जेम्स.
I'm still addicted to gems.
मेरा रिलैप्स होता है, मतलब ऐसे जेम्स का अगर रख दोगे, मैं बैग में कॉलेज में बैग में रखता था जेम्स के पैकेट्स ऐसे ही, मतलब आई वाज.
Me too. I used to love gems. So I've never eaten anything during the class, I'd like to believe so, except for like sometimes. But like gems was something I would always keep in my back pocket. Like if I'm hungry, I would always be eating gems.
Yeah. A friend of mine, so he was I met him in college and he was from a very.
Am I stuck?
Yeah, आपका वीडियो थोड़ा फ्रीज हो गया, I think.
Was I stuck, Hindol? Is there?
No, you just got stuck now.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
you're fine. Now you're fine.
Great.
Yeah. So I was saying, there was like a classmate. He was from a very remote village from Bihar, and he was preparing for medical. So he was in Kota studying, and Kota mein, so there's one teacher teaching to like 500 people in a classroom. So they would fall asleep in the class, and these are like 4 hour, 5 hour long lectures. तो वो लोग क्या करते थे, मैकडोनल्ड्स जाते थे हर महीने एक, मतलब खाते नहीं थे कुछ, बट फ्री सॉस पैकेट्स मिलते थे तो वो उठा लेते थे, एंड इन ईच लेक्चर दे वुड जस्ट ईट लाइक 1 पैकेट ऑफ सॉस just to stay awake, because it was cheap and for free. So that was their hack, and surprisingly it works. So yeah, आपको कभी जगह रहना है तो सॉस खा के देखिए.
Do you prefer ketchup in you? Like, so this has become a क्या आप आम खाते हैं? But it has like. Do you like ketchup, Hindol? I'm trying to ask it with as sincerity as I can.
I like it as a concept. मतलब होना चाहिए ketchup. I am not a fan of pre-assumed ketchup. कि there is something that I have to eat and you have already put ketchup in it. That is a turn. If you give me the choice to accept ketchup, then that is good. मतलब I'm basically saying fries में पहले से डाल के दोगे तो मैं नहीं खाऊंगा. अगर आप मुझे अलग से दोगे तो then I will decide how much ketchup I want with each fry. So like you let me do my own thing, I will be happy. So yeah, I like ketchup. Ketchup is nice. मैं केचप की बॉटल तोड़ी थी एक बार, बहुत मजा आया था. बहुत गालियां पड़ी थी, बट बहुत मजा आया था.
I've never broken a bottle of ketchup. Oh, there was this Heinz ketchup. I don't remember the exact name, but वो काफी अच्छी होती थी यार.
Heinz का वो ad बहुत सही होता था. कि the housewife is. There was that, and then the first ad they did was there was this housewife. She's like ordering saman on her phone, and she's like, 1 kilo chawal, 1 kilo atta, whatever. Now she has to say Heinz, but she's not able to say Heinz. It's almost like she's stuttering, but like ha, and then eventually she manages to say Heinz. It is so thick that you won't be able to. It's one of the funniest ads as well. Later I found out Nitesh Tiwari, who made Dangal.
What are you?
Yeah, he wrote that ad. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Nice. What are your favorite ads?
My favorite ad.
This is a great segue.
Yeah, the one ad that I really enjoyed as a kid and I still do. There are two ads actually. The first one is the Candyman का ad आता था एक, जिसमें एक अंकल होते थे, वो गाड़ी बैक कर रहे होते थे और एक बच्चा बैठा होता था, उसको बोलते थे, ओए लड़के देख अंदर and then वो पूछते थे क्या लग गया नहीं लगा, and then the car would hit.
अब लग गया.
Yeah.
Oh God,
मेरी बहुत दिली तमन्ना थी कि मैं करूं किसी के साथ. So वो काफी सही था. Yeah.
So once we came back after the holidays, class 5 की बात है, and Big Babool की ad आती थी where the bird is trying to learn how to fly, and वो बबूल like bubble gum फैलाता है and वो बहुत बड़ा bubble बन जाता है, and then he finds himself floating. I used to hate that ad. Hate that ad. I used to hate it so much that when we came back after our vacation, summer vacation, our teacher asked us one by one कि अपनी favorite ads बताओ. I'm like, the only ad I could think of was Big Babool की जो भी वो ad है, and then everyone was like, I like this, I like this, I like this, and I'm like, the only ad I can think of was like, oh shit, this is the only ad. And then eventually I said कि हाँ, I like Big Babool a lot, and to this date, I overthink that scenario. And like वो होता है ना लोगों का बस एक बार you're doing something and you're like shit यार, that happened like back in 2006, but you're like shit यार, why did I do that? And that's one moment for me. Like कुछ भी बोल देती like Big Babool.
और फिर then you overthink it so much कि मतलब फिर आपको ऐसे excessive उसमें background music सुनाई देता है, फिर ऐसे वो कमोलिका वाले ये लोग bitching कर रहे हैं आपकी, फिर आप ऐसे anime वाले उसमें आ जाते हैं.
Big Babool, who likes that?
Yeah. We had
But
this thing in school called show and tell. So show and tell में क्या होता था, you have to bring like whatever thing you like and you have to say like a 2 minute this thing. So I for some this thing I had chosen as a real fruit juice, some high funda thing I decided I'll do. मतलब nutritious होता है, ये होता है, वो होता है करके.
yeah,
And the day of the final this thing, I forgot to bring the Tetra pack. And I thought कि चलो होगा canteen में नहीं होगा. And that day was the day when canteen में the freezer stopped working. So they threw out everything that they had. And I couldn't find the thing. So I just went on stage and I just pretended that I have a pack in my hand. And I just like, yeah, guys, so there is this pack that you can't see. And मैं उसमें improvise भी किया था कि बोला तो it is so great that you can't see it. ये सब भी किया था, कुछ नहीं मिला मेरे को. But like, yeah.
वो क्या confidence यार Hindol? I would have panicked.
कुछ कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था पूरे ऐसे. so I still have stage fear. तो मतलब मैं स्टेज में जाता तो my hand starts vibrating. My hands are still very shaky in general, but like it just goes to another level when I'm on stage. So which is why quizzing was like the thing where it didn't happen to be. तो मतलब वो काफी सही रहता था hosting वगैरह. So yeah. Another ad that I remember very recent तो नहीं कहूँगा, अभी 10 साल हो चुके उसको, was the first IPL का ad which was called मनोरंजन का बाप, and it is one of the most ridiculous ads that we have seen. And मतलब इतना उसको BMM में हम लोग dissect करते थे कि it's a 1 minute long ad, but it's you can't see the product coming, but when you see it, it's like fuck, what the hell. Yeah, that was a very राजेश कृष्णन is the director. उनके काफी मुझे ads सही लगते हैं. Who made Loot Case also.
Yeah. I really liked, someone has commented Orbit chewing gum. I really liked it. Or was it Happydent? There was this, वो जल्दी से chewing gum खाता है and then he goes on his night duty. कोई बहुत पुराने time की बात है and then he just stands with all the other people with...
Happydent, yeah.
That's really cool.
Ram Madhwani has directed that ad, who made Nirja. So he had directed that ad. जो Happydent वाला था. It won a lot of awards. जो वो दांत से वो light छोड़ता है.
Yeah. There was another ad, Center Fresh में, where there are two musicians competing, and one sings like a lot of rags.
The tabla playing one,
yeah, and the other player is just like oh.
Yeah, वो भी बहुत. I've got to work with that actor who was playing the singer. मतलब I asked him a lot कि मतलब क्या कैसे किया था. हाँ हम लोग को कर रहे थे, improvise कर रहे थे, फिर बनते बन गया. काफी वो भी सही ad था. Then there was this one Happydent का ad था which was animated. तो एक ऐसे primitive man होता है and there's this donkey who's like hunter से उसको मार रहा होता है. जो आदमी होता है वो एक बैलगाड़ी जैसे चला रहा होता है और वो donkey उसको मार रहा होता है. Then they rest at like one place and the man उसको एक Happydent का वो मिलता है जो chewing gum आता है. Then he offers it to the donkey refuses it and then the man eats it and the man becomes smart, like पूरा evolution हो जाता है and then he comes back to the donkey and he enslaves the donkey. मतलब इतना बढ़िया सोचा है यार. मतलब I think Center Fresh का ad था. हाँ Center Fresh का ad था. दिमाग की बत्ती चला लो.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact word, but rough सा आ रहा है. Yeah. There was also this ad that Fevicol did. It was
the fishing one.
No, not the fishing. It was the kid. I think it was the egg and the chicken and the hen. Like he tries to break it, but for some reason the egg won't break, and I can't remember why it doesn't break.
Yeah, because वो जो मुर्गी का चारा होता है वो फेविकॉल के डब्बे में रखा होता है.
And then the
egg comes out. Yeah, this was one of those. And Fevicol has been one of the.
Fevicol is great. Their like Insta content is also amazing.
Yeah. In fact, the ad that they did, I think last year or last year, there's this one
sofa
वाला इतना बढ़िया वो बना ad. काफी.
I think Fevicol's ads are like amazing.
Yeah.
Not one is something that you'll say, oh, it's below average or it's average.
Yeah.
I also like the most recent Cred Ki video with Rahul Dravid.
Rahul Dravid wala. Yeah, my favorite was the Govinda one. I was hoping that they bring Govinda, and they got him for the last ad. It was the.
Oh, they did. I haven't seen it yet.
Can we watch ads on the stream? We can do a live reaction to the ad.
I am not sure, but then उसमें ये होगा because we are not streaming to Streamlabs. We'll be side. Yeah, वो दिक्कत होगा. That will be the only problem.
Yeah, but
I wish we could do that. Maybe we can do that next time.
yeah. Govinda wala best ad hai.
We need to do a stream on ads since you
Yeah.
know so much about them.
Yeah, I work in advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
yeah,
oh,
क्या ही करे.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was also good.
Alpenliebe crocodile. Yes.
Yes.
Alpenliebe. I don't know. I never liked Alpenliebe.
Do you remember Chloromint की ads? दोबारा मत पूछना.
हाँ, दोबारा मत पूछना. Yeah. Big Chloromint fan. Chloromint or Halls? Which one do you like?
Chloromint.
Good opinion.
Whoa, bye. I tried Halls once, but it was like too much.
Yeah, Halls is too strong. मतलब ऐसे गला खराब हो जाता है वो सब सीन हो जाता है.
Yeah.
The one time we had to like कैसे कुछ तो singing का scene था and I had like a Halls before singing. मतलब गाते scale change हो गया. So
Oh yeah, nice.
yeah, never have Halls before singing.
The only what's wrong with the only time I tried to participate in a singing competition, like I participated as a child in a few singing competitions, great, but as an adult, as a teenager, I tried to participate once, and they got me in the group thing. 2 days later, I realized I'm not there to sing, but I'm there to become the Bharat Mata. And my heart was broken because all I had to do was there stand and smile and hold the flag and do this. And I was like heartbroken. इसलिए select किया मुझे.
Yeah, we had this guy. मतलब उसके generally बाल बहुत कम उगते थे and like he had a roundish face also. वो चश्मा भी पहनता था तो उसको हर असेंबली में हम लोग गांधी जी बनाते थे एंड यार मेरे को नहीं पहनना धोती आई वांट टू डू लाइक मोर डाइवर्स बट लाइक तो है तो नेचुरली गांधी है इससे अच्छा कास्टिंग नहीं मिलेगा मेरे को.
But I'll tell you what, like I felt very sad because I was like क्या मुझे सिर्फ यहाँ पे ऐसे रखे. But then I realized कि eventually we won and I was like certificate तो मुझे भी मिलेगा ना, so it's okay. Because we used to have this thing like school में हर साल के end में there used to be this all rounder trophy. So I used to participate in everything because I want to win it. Eventually a guy used to win it because they also had football competition. So जहाँ पे भी close competition है, somebody would get it. Like so they look at me like I hope none of the teachers are watching it. But it is such a sexist thing, na? Like boys would have football tournaments, cricket tournaments, there would be nothing exclusive for girls. So how do we compete with boys there?
Yeah. So it was like a Gryffindor point system wala scene.
Yeah. So even if you come first in everything, there is a good chance a senior might overthrow you because वहाँ पे
sports वगैरह करके.
Football and cricket. And the one time that I was getting the most awards, they were like, इस साल करेंगे ही नहीं because you know people feel bad. And I was like, nobody feels bad.
अरे दे दो यार अलग से मतलब किसी को बताने की जरूरत नहीं.
Yeah. But I hated it. Like I was so heartbroken. It's like I was very excited because class 10th में there was no senior. I was like, इस साल तो किसे ही मिलेगा. But yeah.
We had a new guy in our class. तो वो कैलकाटा में like convent school कोई तो था वहाँ पे like very reputed मतलब Bonvita quiz contest में they have won one of the years, so like it's that famous school. तो he came from there in 5th standard and everything and उसका aim यही था कि मुझे 100% attendance award जीतना है. तो मतलब वो आता था डेटॉल के एड में कि एक ट्रॉफी देते थे एंड में 100% अटेंडेंस वाला. तो उसका वो था कि मेरे को जीतना है and throughout the year he came to like school even when he was sick and everything and I'm like यार सही dedication है. I hope मिले इसको award, except the fact that at the end of the year we realized that our school never had a 100% attendance trophy. And I think most of us knew about it कि ऐसा कोई trophy नहीं है, but we didn't tell him for the entire.
Did someone at least try to like tell the principal ki?
Nothing. We just on the last day we told him अच्छा so he brought it up कि यार उससे कुछ trophy ceremony होता है. नहीं अभी हो गया ना, अप्रैल हो गया, एग्जाम्स हो गया, अभी छुट्टी है, फिर आएंगे अपन जून में वापस. नहीं तो मतलब अटेंडेंस हो कुछ नहीं तो घर जा टेंशन मत. उसके बाद बहुत पंख मारा उसने.
What child? See, I was a very so हमें competitions में if you win something you get the like certificate तो टेनिस के लिए भी मिलता था, but वो points count नहीं होते. So I was like, nobody cares about that. छुट्टी मार लेंगे, but ये जीतना है. That was it. But
I think I was the kid जो मतलब पढ़ाई छोड़ के सब मतलब events वगैरह करता था. I don't think there was any event that I skipped. मतलब स्पोर्ट्स में भी कुछ खेलना मिलना आता नहीं था, वन में जाके खड़ा हो जाता था, कुछ ना कुछ हो जाएगा. तो मैं ऐसे आई वाज इन द फुटबॉल टीम आल्सो, लाइक आई डिडंट प्ले वन मैच. फाइनल में मेरे को सब्स्टिट्यूट करना पड़ा था बिकॉज माय फ्रेंड जो डिफेंडर था उसने मैच के पहले कुछ तो वी स्टिल कॉल हिम भजिया बॉटल दिस डे बिकॉज मैच से पहले भजिया पाव खिलाया था, उसका पेट खराब हो गया था फील्ड पे. सो देन आई गॉट टू प्ले फॉर लाइक 20 मिनट्स इन द मैच. वी स्टिल लॉस्ट बट लाइक आई गॉट टू प्ले. तो मैं डीएसओ खेला है मैंने स्टेट लेवल.
So, do you actually play some sports?
I play mind games. That is the sport I play.
In the Chalchitra movie quiz.
Yes.
Wouldn't want to ruin your reputation otherwise.
Yeah. No, but I used to play.
PR manager.
Yeah. मतलब वही फुटबॉल टीम में मैं गलती से आ गया था एंड चेस मैंने थोड़ा ट्राई किया था. But then I realized I'm too dumb to play chess. So, but yeah, now be lockdown में I've started playing again. And मैं Scrabble बहुत अच्छा खेलता था. मतलब मेरा उस time.
I bought Scrabble for myself, and I realized I don't have any friends to play it with.
We should do a game night someday. कि मतलब get everyone in the stream and just play.
I'll be the moderator because I don't want to do it.
No,
I'll be the third umpire.
Yeah, if it's a game like Monopoly or like Game of Life, then you have a lot of interesting. जिसमें एक moderator का active role हो ना, तो then वो काफी सही रहेगा. Uno वगैरह तो खेल ही सकते हैं. Uno तो बहुत खेला है लॉकडाउन में. Uno में बेस्ट होता था. तो our school was basically बॉम्बे स्कूल है ना, तो मतलब ऐसे ग्राउंड वाउंड नहीं होता था. Our school was one building. उसमें 6 फ्लोर थे, उसी में पूरा स्कूल था. And for sports and everything एक ग्राउंड था which was rented by 4 schools together. तो हमको लेके जाते थे वहाँ पे बस से, फिर वहाँ पे हम लोग करते थे स्पोर्ट्स वगैरह, फिर वापस लेके आते थे. देन दे रियलाइज व्हेन वी केम टू लाइक 10th 11th कि ये लोग पढ़ाई वढ़ाई इनको करने दो, इनको कोई जरूरत नहीं है स्पोर्ट्स की, इनको बैठा देंगे. तो एवरी पीटी पीरियड हमको लाइब्रेरी में बिठा देते थे और ऊनो दे देते कि खेलने के लिए कि जाओ खेलो कैश कर. ऊनो खेलते थे. तो या detrimental to fitness.
You know, I moved from a school जिसमें so we had rented our grounds when I was in Kulu, and there wasn't like enough space to play a lot of games. So वहाँ पे I used to do school के बाहर activities. I used to play karate and everything. Great. Cut to 11th and 12th when I moved to Mandi, we had huge grounds. Like my brother and our jaws dropped when we saw the school because it wasn't huge, but it had ground. It had a football ground, it had a volleyball court, it had a basketball court, it had uske alawa long jump, ऐसे jumps, and we were like, ये क्या है? And then so I got to experience handball firsthand. Like handball में I did not want to participate at all, but they were like कि we need an extra, like बाहर ही बैठना है just to show that. And I was like, हाँ ठीक है. Cut to like somebody gets injured, I'm in the field, and ball मेरे हाथ में आ गया somehow, and there are girls running towards me, and I'm like, what do I do? And it was literally that, जैसे वो TV series में दिखाते हैं ना, like n number 10 girls are running towards you, and you're just there like, what do I do? And you just freeze. So that happened with me. But it was like a person had just discovered, oh, you have to participate in sports activities as well. Otherwise, otherwise we used to have like just ऐसे मजे वाली races होती है, hurdle race and shit. And then all of a sudden you move to a school which takes their sports seriously. We'll play volleyball, we'll play basketball, and you know what? We'll play by the rules. And I was like, okay.
Egg and spoon race. We used to have short put also. Short put में मैं काफी जीतता था. तो उसमें वही था कि मतलब इट्स ऑल अबाउट वही ना कि स्ट्रेंथ का गेम था, तो उसमें कोई भागना वागना नहीं, कुछ नहीं. तो आप मतलब थोड़ा कर लो, स्ट्रेंथ वगैरह एक्सरसाइज हो जाता था, तो काफी सही था. एक तो शॉर्ट पट का वही था ना कि आपको फील्ड होता है एंड देन यू हैव टू स्टे क्लियर. बट देयर वाज सम कुछ तो हो गया था स्पोर्ट्स डे पे, लाइक देयर वाज कंफ्यूजन हो रहा था एंड झगड़ा हो रहा था कुछ तो, एंड इट वाज राइट इन फ्रंट ऑफ द शॉर्ट पट इवेंट थिंग. आई रिमेंबर ऐसे फेंका था एंड देन इट ऑलमोस्ट हिट द गाय हु वाज स्टैंडिंग देयर. तो ऐसे मर्डर चार्ज लग जाता.
It's funny how it was supposed to be like, how does Hindol make his quizzes? But we showed you the journey of Hindol.
Yeah. My quizzing journey also began in 3rd standard school. So our school, this thing had a इंटर क्लास क्विज which used to happen every year, and उसमें एक written exam होता था like 10 marks का, and if you qualify from that then you became the class team. तो थर्ड स्टैंडर्ड में वी जस्ट लाइक फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन द सेम गाइज टू बिकम गांधी, तो हम दोनों क्वालिफाई हो गए गलती से, वी हैड नॉट प्लान्ड ऑन एनीथिंग, हम लोग हो गए, एंड द टीम्स यूज्ड टू बी कि थर्ड स्टैंडर्ड से दो लड़के होंगे, मतलब दो बच्चे, एंड फिफ्थ स्टैंडर्ड से एक सीनियर होगा कोई, तो मतलब ऐसे होता था ताकि बैलेंस रहे थोड़ा। तो जो फिफ्थ स्टैंडर्ड से एक लड़की थी, हमने बोला दीदी देखो अभी हमको कुछ आता नहीं है, सब आप पे ही है, वी आर जस्ट हियर फॉर मॉरल सपोर्ट, आप लोग देख लेना। तो वो था, एंड व्हेन द क्विज स्टार्टेड, व्हेन द क्वेश्चन केम टू अस, लाइक कि हाँ ये डुएबल है, हम लोग जीत रहे, एंड देन वी जस्ट आंसर्ड एवरीथिंग, वी वन द क्विज, एंड देन आई वाज टेलिंग यू ना कि द फर्स्ट क्विज इफ यू विन देन इट स्टेज फॉर लाइफ। तो वही था, व्हेन वी वन माय classmates had discovered, तो उससे पहले I didn't have any recognition in the social circle, मतलब मेरे कि हाँ validation चाहिए but कुछ नहीं था। That day they lifted me on their shoulders and मतलब स्कूल टेरेस पे होता था, फिर वहां से क्लास तक लेके आए थे। मैंने कि this is not that big an event but like बहुत फील आ गई थी उसे, तो मतलब हाँ अब तो करना है, this is my life, तो काफी सही था।
This makes me miss school because I'm like छोटी खुशियाँ used to matter and it was so easy to achieve those.
Yeah, but then छोटी छोटी खुशियों के लिए you have to suffer a lot, कि मतलब वही बिचिंग से डील करो, बुलिंग होती है, फिर ऐसे ग्रुप्स बन जाते हैं, गैंग्स बन जाते हैं, then you're like कि तुम मीन गर्ल्स देखो, मीन गर्ल्स was the most accurate description of school life that I've seen in any pop
Were you
culture.
bullied in school?
A lot. I was bullied a lot. मतलब पहले तो वही था कि so when I was in nursery, it was like a play school thing. मतलब घर के पास में there was like this auntie जो organize करती थी, तो मेरे को भेजा था फर्स्ट डे, पेरेंट्स छोड़ के आ गए थे, दे सेंट मी बैक होम हाफ डे, कि मतलब आपका बच्चा लड़ाई वड़ाई कर रहा था, पिटाई विटाई करती थी किसी की, किसी ने ऐसे सी, अब तक मैं घर पे रहा हूँ ना, so I have not socialized with anyone, and my first experience with someone is making fun of my name, someone is making fun of my weight, someone is making fun of my skin color, तो वो and I don't, I'm not equipped to deal with that। तो पहले मैंने पीट दिया था, तो वैसे फिर बहुत ये हो गया था कि माय पेरेंट्स वर आल्सो वरीड कि क्या करे इसका। दैट वाज अ फेयरली रिकरिंग थिंग, वो मतलब फिर इवेंचुअली थोड़ा मेलो डाउन हो गया, बट लाइक या अभी भी लाइक समटाइम्स इट रियली गेट्स टू मी, बट लाइक होता है, क्या करे।
Chinmay has commented, Hindol didn't choose quizzing life chose Hindol.
Yeah.
Nice. I was also bullied. I think every child is bullied at one point in their life.
What were you bullied for, like in general or specific? So, sorry, Gustav.
I just think one was partly for my looks and the second was partly because of also because I was a teacher's pet. There was one point where I was bullied for being too skinny, and then there was this one point where somehow I was the healthiest person in a theater group. So they did not bully me intentionally, but they were like, "Oh, she's fat, give her that role."
Yeah.
And then cut to a year later, they're like, "Oh, she's so skinny, give her that role." So just you get confused, like, what am I?
Yeah, it really messes with your own perception कि मतलब मैं क्या हूँ। Yeah, तो वो काफी, and it really gets to you after a point, मतलब.
Right. It's just like sometimes it's really bad that even after all these years, sometimes I still get very underconfident because of maybe these comments that were made 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And you still are like, hey, sometimes on a bad day, somebody would just like strike up a conversation. They'll just make fun of you in a good way, but you're just like, it immediately gets to you. Like,
yeah, it spirals into something much weirder. Yeah.
And much dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, बहुत होता था, and मतलब every, like now that I think of my school years and everything, so I was trying to write a story which was like basically based on 7th standard में, like my, I think 6th to 8th was like the worst time of my school, this thing, because ऐसा मतलब it wasn't anything particularly dark कि मतलब ऐसे रोज जाके पिटाई करते थे, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. It's just that I felt very alone in that time कि there was one friend, मतलब ग्रुप था, एक गैंग था, which I really wanted to be a part of, कि मतलब मैं भी cool हूँ, मैं भी ये सब कर सकता हूँ, but they just considered me कि मतलब on the fringes, कि मतलब नोट्स वगैरह चाहिए तो इससे ले लेंगे, एग्जाम में हेल्प कर देगा, वो सब कर लेंगे, एंड हाँ बाकी ठीक है, गो टू हेल्प, तो मतलब वो था. एंड देन देयर टू बी दिस बहुत ही weird stream जा रही है. There used to be this girl I used to like. मतलब we were friends for a very long time, and then in 6th standard there comes this fuck all game into your life which ruins all your relationships. It's called Stare Truth and Dare. So in Stare Truth and Dare, they like it was planted in my head कि I have a crush on said person. Now till then I haven't thought of this. मतलब I thought कि maybe it's just friendship. In hindsight I know it was just friendship, but they made me imagine कि it is like हाँ इसी को यही कहते हैं, इसी को crush कहते हैं, and then obviously dare में आ गया कि जाओ जाके आपको उसको बोल दो, तो then lot of drama happened. बट या फिर वही था कि मतलब आपका इतना खुद का सेल्फ वर्थ कम हो जाता है, देन यू वांट कि मतलब कुछ भी करके आई जस्ट हैव टू गेट इनटू दिस क्लिक एंड देन वी विल सी व्हाट हैपेंस. अगर मैं उस टाइम पे मीन गर्ल्स देख लिया होता, आई डोंट थिंक मीन गर्ल्स बना भी था उस टाइम पे, पता नहीं.
I don't think so.
या नहीं
Maybe
बना
बन
था.
गया था. When did Mean Girls come out?
2010 या 11
No, no.
क्या.
Mean Girls is much older. Mean Girls came out in 2004 and all.
जहाज मशीन खराब चल रही है थोड़ी. 2004 में तुम्हें कोई मिल गया देख रहा था, तो यार तब तक एक्सेस नहीं था. मेरा वो भी था ना कि आई सो स्टडी इन हिंदी मीडियम स्कूल, तो वहाँ पे मतलब इंग्लिश बोलने का सीन था ही नहीं. तो मैं बहुत ऐसी मूवीज जो मैंने डब्ड में देखी है हिंदी में. तो ब्रेव हार्ट मैंने आज तक नहीं देखी, हिंदी में देखी है. रैम्बो मैंने हिंदी में देखी थी, बहुत रोया था मैं.
मैंने yeah, Bindas used to have a channel. I think it was UTV Bindas जहाँ पे Hindi. I'm so sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my pronunciation. I'm just Hindi dubbed. या वहाँ पर आती थी हेरोल एंड कुमार गो टू द व्हाइट कासल. मुझे बर्गर खाना है तो खा क्यों नहीं लेते.
Yeah, and nobody realized it was a stoner this thing. तब तक आइडिया ही नहीं था ना, कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं था स्टोनर. हाँ ठीक है, बर्गर खाना मच गुड थिंग. देन यू रियलाइज ओ इसलिए बर्गर खाना.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. ठीक है. But yeah, Mean Girls is a great film. So is what's the name of that movie? It also has Mean Girls, but it's not Mean Girls.
Mean Girls 2.
No, but yeah, this is great. But American high schools are like way more
very intense.
Yeah.
जितना भी देखा यार, मतलब वहाँ पे I understand why people go into like school shootings and those kind of things, because their socialization.
The opinions that Hindol has.
I'm not justifying school shooting, but I get why. Like it's possible कि मतलब the bullying is that intense and guns are so easily available. तो मतलब yeah, there's this one movie which really messed our heads. College में देखा था. It's called Elephant by Gus Van Sant, and it's about a school shooting that happened in real life, and it's पूरा वो non-linear, उसमें काफी मतलब सही उसका ये है वो था. हाँ, speaking of movies related to Mean Girls, there's this movie called 16 Candles. Have you seen this movie? It's a John Hughes movie, and the premise is that there's this girl who is turning 16 on like it's her birthday, and nobody remembers that it's her birthday. Her entire family has forgotten it. Her siblings have forgotten. Her friends don't know it's her birthday, and it's also the day of prom. And now in American high schools, prom is like a very important day in any girl's life. तो मतलब वो काफी उस पे पूरा, it's just about that one night and how like it's a very problematic movie, but yeah, I cried when I saw it for the first time.
Nice.
वो very relatable thing है, कोई आपका बर्थडे भूल जाए, बहुत मेरे साथ हुआ ही. तो बहुत तो मैं तो माय फ्रेंड गणेश में भी रोया हूँ, तो मतलब बहुत.
I haven't seen My Friend Ganesh.
Yeah, वो उसके एहसास चन्ना was the lead. Yeah, and she was playing. This was the time when she used to play a boy. तो वो था she was the lead, and उसमें वो था एक बच्चा होता, मतलब he's in a new school types, and उसके दोस्त नहीं बनते, बहुत बुली करते उसको. और फिर ऐसे गणेश चतुर्थी वगैरह आता तो घर पे गणपति वापस लेके आते, and then Ganesha becomes like his imaginary तो नहीं कह सकते, Ganesha does exist, ऐसा उस फिल्म में बताया गया. तो he becomes his friend and he helps him like make friends and like deal in life and stuff. तो काफी cute movie थी वो. Yeah.
I remember Bhutnath and Atithi Tum Kab Jaoge from that era. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Bhutnath also I cried. Mutna, I
I
don't
tried a
think.
little as well.
Yeah.
I also got shit scared.
Yeah. Bhutnath mein the best this thing was getting Shah Rukh Khan and Juhi Chawla
Oh yeah.
together as the parents. Because like I like someday
Shah Rukh Khan was like the yeah.
yeah, if I ever get to make like a movie someday, I want to make something with Shah Rukh Khan and Juhi Chawla. Like I hope I'll get to do that one day. Let's.
I was watching the sketch yesterday or the day before yesterday. I mean, I don't know. It was recommended in my feed. It was TVF had done it with with Kajol and
Yeah.
SRK
Four
with
Dilwale. Yeah.
Yeah, and someone says like, but Juhi and SRK is also putting. He's like, yeah, yeah. And Kajol is like, what?
I
Yeah.
never liked Kajol with Shah Rukh Khan. Never liked him. उस वीडियो में एक और अनपॉपुलर ओपिनियन है बट लाइक आई फुल्ली स्टैंड बाय इट they say Govinda and Karishma were better than Shah Rukh and Juhi Chawla. Like
I haven't seen Govinda's films. I've seen his songs. Like I don't like Govinda. I like the songs he used to get. Like, what are those songs? Why are those songs? But those songs are something.
You know what sells Govinda the most? The fact that he's like every time you watch a Govinda song, he sells it with so much conviction.
Yeah.
He's having fun doing whatever the fuck he's doing, but he's having fun, which is what the
Which
USP
is
of
what you aim to do when you're like down.
yeah. There's one song. So there was this guy called Devang Patel. So he used to make parody songs. तो मतलब ऐसे Mambo Number 5 का उसने बनाया था Bamboo Number 5. तो ऐसे ही मतलब उसके सारे गाने होते थे. And I had this cassette by Devang Patel. उसको called Ash का. तो जब भी like whenever I had a rough day at school मैं वो cassette सुनता था. तो like Devang Patel fan हो गया. Then I discovered Devang Patel has done a song for Govinda. Like oh, two people whom I like have come together. So I watched that song. It's called Meri Marzi, and it's all rubbish. The entire no, there are two songs. There's one called Stop That, which is like full exaggeration.
I know, yeah.
उसमें कहता है हर्षद मेहता आया था मेरे पास ये वो कुछ भी उसका lyrics है.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This is like yeah, God. But guys, whosoever is watching this, do like our streams,
Yes, please.
So that this gets recommended more.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like, and we can talk more freely about Govinda maybe.
Yeah, and
I don't know, like, I don't watch. I don't think I've seen a lot of Govinda's films, but I love listening to the songs. They have zero meaning.
Yeah.
But they just like it's okay. Yeah. Sometimes it's a great distraction. It's just exactly what you need.
Yeah, and even his songs are also like self-referential in that sense. So I've done a question also in this कि Coolie number 1 में there's that song ना मिर्ची लगी तो मैं क्या करूँ तो उसमें there's this one stanza where
he's apologized
I think for राजा बाबू वाला सरकारी लोग कटिया मैंने अरे आपका GCU गोविंदा सिनेमैटिक यूनिवर्स चल रहा है.
I liked Karishma a lot. I think she's very underrated.
Yeah. Karishma Kapoor in comedic roles, like the thing is, if you watch all the 90s movies, Karishma Kapoor was always paired with the heroes who can't dance. Sunil Shetty, Ajay Devgan. And then when she got to dance with Govinda, you can see that how happy she is. Like, pura skill utilize ho raha hai. Where बाकी movies में क्या है, it is entirely on her. Like she's doing all the heavy lifting while Sunil Shetty kada.
I kind of every time we talk about Karishma Kapoor, I just remember those weird steps.
Yeah.
Which, like, I don't know, were very weird. Like, which were weird.
Yeah, एक उसका वो भी वीडियो वायरल हुआ था ना कि there's this golf course जहाँ पे ऐसे दो बेसबॉल फुटबॉल के गोल्स हैं and Karishma Kapoor is bouncing a volleyball onto the golf course in front of football field. यानी हसीना मान जाएगी किसी का तो है तो मतलब वही है.
No idea what the film is, but yeah.
Yeah.
God. What are the...
Yeah.
I'm just trying to change the topic now because I'm बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसे stick. But coming back to the movie quiz. What is the syllabus that you would recommend for people who are coming to watch your quiz or coming to participate in the upcoming session?
Yeah, syllabus is key. You have to agree to join us as a participant and you have to be famous enough so that our quiz grows bigger and we are able to get bigger people. So as a participant, utna hi syllabus hai aapka. And baki you just have to, if you like movies, you will definitely enjoy. Like that is our aim. So wahi hai, we aise koi the one thing I hate in my life is like which I truly hate from the bottom of my heart is any kind of elitism कि मतलब ओ आपको चेतन भगत पसंद नहीं है आप घटिया इंसान हो मतलब पसंद है आप घटिया इंसान हो मतलब वो बहुत ये हो जाता है कि मतलब कुछ लोग, इसलिए हम लोग जानबूझ के ऐसे मतलब सूर्यवंशम और सब पे क्वेश्चन डाल देते हैं।
I was really glad when I saw such questions because these conversations need to happen. A lot of people get, I think ये Kindle versus paperback पे भी चल रहा था, and we unintentionally pointed it out that if you're reading a Chetan Bhagat book, you can easily hide it. Whatever. But yeah, there are books that have helped entire generations get into literature, get into reading. And Chetan Bhagat is one of them. And we don't give him enough credit because maybe it's very massy, and B, it's a cringe fest at some places. But that's just because of the kind of literature and art we have access to. But there are so many people who still read him. There are so many people who read Durjoy Datta and other people, like other writers like them.
And it's the same with movies as well. So people shit on 90s Bollywood में वो कुछ भी दिखाते थे.
Love the 90s song.
South Indian फिल्मों में कुछ भी दिखाते हैं. Just today there's this video on Facebook that's floating around. तो मतलब किसी ने कोई तो गांव में अपने ऐसे 4-5 दोस्तों को इकट्ठा किया, and there's this महेश बाबू movie है, and उसका उन्होंने पूरा action scene recreate किया, and I can guarantee you it is much better shot than a lot of filmmakers work in Bollywood right now. मतलब see, it doesn't matter what gets you into the arts. If you are in it, then you will flourish on your own. So the entry point doesn't matter, and I think we just need to like stop shitting on those things. But at the same time, there is one territory, मतलब बहुत लोग ऐसे request कर रहे थे कि so bad it's good वाले भी उसमें जाइए. I'm not very comfortable in that space because I haven't watched a lot of those movies, and I think those movies get their due in the क्या कहते हैं मीम कल्चर वगैरह जो भी है. मतलब देयर इज अ कॉन्वर्सेशन हैपनिंग अराउंड इट. मतलब आई डोंट वांट टू डेडिकेट द क्विज आल्सो टू इट because as I said, the quiz also is a recommendation platform. We are also recommending you films that you can discover. मतलब अगर कोई quiz में देख रहा है कि वो प्रीमम नाम की कोई मलयालम फिल्म है मुझे देखनी चाहिए, and then you discover a beautiful film like Primam, then through the quiz, then my job is done. तो वही है, which is why the regional thing will be there. I don't know, but जो क्या कहते हैं so bad it's good वाला, मतलब कुणाल कामरा को अगर मैं कोट करूँ तो करियर अच्छा चला तो कभी नहीं. But yeah, never say never, but हाँ कभी ना कभी कर लेंगे, but अभी नहीं बात.
There is a comment, Hindol, by Phoenix OP. The movie quiz questions were so creative that once I thought, why am I preparing for IIT JEE?
Thank you.
Guys, please don't leave behind your studies. This is something we do not promote on the channel.
Yeah,
prioritize Chalchitra, but also study and prepare for your exams properly.
Yeah, because see, Imtiaz Ali is already doing it. 3 dates भी है आपके पास. So there are a lot of people who are saying कि मतलब इंजीनियरिंग छोड़ दो, पढ़ाई मत करो. I'm saying करो इंजीनियरिंग. मुझसे नहीं हुई, आप प्लीज करो. मैम मैं अगर कर लेता, मेरे मार्क्स आ जाते. मेरे मार्क्स आ गए थे, बट मैंने किया नहीं, वो अलग बात है. बट अरे I qualified for JEE Advanced also.
Nice. Hindol OP guys.
101 आया था मेरे को. 100 कट ऑफ था. So qualified.
100. Were you a year? Are you from 20? I don't know.
2016.
Did you give 20?
2016, yeah.
There is another comment by Shelly and Varma Vani OP talking such long.
Yeah, I'm happy you get to speak in these streams. Yeah, अच्छा.
I usually talk a lot. It's just I let the other people speak as well when we're in a group. But yeah. So there is also, are you also reading Mouse? Have you finished reading it?
Yeah, I finished reading Mouse.
So will you be joining us for the stream?
हाँ मतलब हाँ लोग कम पढ़ गए तो मैं आ जाऊँगा. But अगर है
और क्या बात कर दी यार, we'll obviously get you.
No. So the thing is, it's also about the book club, right? कि मतलब it's a very interesting thing that we're doing, and it's about the patrons who are discovering, good literature. So it would be interesting to see what we have to think about it as well. मेरा perspective क्या, मैं आ जाऊँगा stream पे बक दूँगा, हाँ भाई माउस बहुत अच्छा भी अच्छी book है. Yeah, I have the avenue ना, तो मतलब let's.
I also did an episode on Mouse.
Yeah. So
with my opinion on it. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a great. I'm so sorry, Hindol, please.
yeah, no, I was just going to say, so the frames I like from the book, I was taking a screenshot this time, like just to like, remember. And there was that one frame where they are walking, they just have got out of that concentration camp and they're walking. And it said they had an uncertain path in front of them. And the path forms a swastika. And I had taken a screenshot of that frame, and you had also kept it in the episode. So,
Yeah,
yeah, Kavi.
it's amazing.
Yeah, there was a
And
other, yeah.
there is a video by Nerd Writer on it, and that made me appreciate the book even more.
Yeah, I'll
And
watch the video now.
he talks about how the panels and
Hmm.
how the hidden messages collide, and you might think it's just a graphic novel, but then
Yeah.
you realize, so people think like we are able to get through graphic novels very easily,
Hmm.
and unko khatam karna is much more easier
Hmm.
because of course it's comics, but you
Hmm.
don't realize the amount of time you have to put into
Hmm.
like look in at every
Yeah.
individual frame. And I'm reading Watchmen right now, and it's
Hmm.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And so the one graphic novel that I had a difficulty reading was Persepolis. Persepolis is also a similar
Yeah.
this thing, and it is like magic realism wale usi space mein, except that it is more in the absurdist kind of space. तो
Hmm.
वो मुझे बहुत it was difficult to follow थोड़ा, but Mouse was relatively simpler. But the one thing that I was like, यार ये was it really like this? So when you read the father's dialogue blurbs, they are not exactly in fluent English. So
Hmm.
I was thinking, was it exactly like this? Am I reading it wrong? What is it?
Yeah.
Then I realized much later that he's not a native English speaker. He's thinking in Yiddish and he's translating it to English,
Hmm.
which is what he's retained. And there was this one frame where there's this bit, remember, about the quote where he throws away the author's quote and then he's
Yeah.
like, use my quote. And the next time when he comes back, so in the frames, there's this small thing. Whenever there's something that he wants to grab your attention to, he draws an arrow and he writes ki ye naya aaya element. So when he comes back, there's a very small frame where she's the new wife is holding a new coat and it has an arrow that says new coat, new wire hanger. And they've had an entire argument just before that ki why the father doesn't spend money. But
Yeah.
it was such a sweet and very small thing. The father didn't draw attention to it ki I have bought a coat for you or whatever. Nothing, he didn't say anything. The entire novel, the child is like he's very spendthrift. He doesn't
Yeah.
spendthrift तो उल्टा होता है stingy.
Frugal.
Yeah, he's very frugal, stingy कि मतलब पैसे खर्च नहीं करता,
Yeah.
a difficult person to live with. But like there was that one redeeming frame and like shit man, I
You also realize towards the end that there are certain struggles that you see your parents make and you're not able to get through them. And this book just makes you appreciate your parents as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And you
which
also realize like why he was frugal in the first place
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, well, I felt really bad for the father in some places, and I felt the son was a dick. This is just my opinion. That like he's exploiting his father for content. At the same time, he's being a dick. The father is just saying कि आप आके रहो मेरे साथ. That's all I'm asking of you. And
Yeah.
at that age, for like I've seen it in my own family, like with my grandparents and everything, and it becomes very difficult for them to voice that thing. It's like
Yeah.
you are asking someone of something and it is the only thing that you're asking them of.
Yeah,
Or
and
like,
I think it happens. Maybe I could be absolutely wrong, but I see it happen to my parents.
hmm,
After a certain age, they just think they don't have the right to ask you certain
yeah,
things. And so, for example, my mother will expect me to call her, but she'll never call me. Like I'm like, क्यों इतनी ego क्यों? Like
hmm,
if you're free, call me up.
yeah,
But yeah, that's something that I noticed in the book as well. And the thing that you said about dialogues, I faced this problem when I was reading Ayako,
hmm,
which is this graphic novel by this guy I keep on forgetting.
hmm,
But
hmm.
he's also the guy who wrote Astro Boy, which was a cartoon.
Right.
And yeah, Ayako mein, it is an amazing graphic novel, of course.
Hmm,
But उसमें क्या होता है कि नेटिव जापानीज लोग कैसे इंग्लिश बोलेंगे, उनका
hmm,
एक्सेंट कैसे आएगा. So I'm assuming कि वो it has been translated. The
hmm,
problem that I was dealing with was कि okay, this has been translated, but then again, it has been translated कि अगर गांव के लोग इंग्लिश बोलेंगे वो कैसे बोलेंगे.
hmm,
ऊपर, if you go to the city, how the people in the city would speak English, despite it being translated from Japanese into English. And still you get to see, and it's very difficult to understand the villagers when they're speaking in English because they'll have the slangs. And I think this is a problem like I faced while reading that book, even though it's amazing. But yeah.
I think the one comics जितना भी मैंने पढ़ा which really nails the translation is Asterix. Asterix की मैंने अभी टी-शर्ट पहन के रखी है. तो yeah, so because the translator who translated all of Asterix passed away last year, and there was this article they had done like a tribute on the puns. So every character's name is a pun on what they do. So there's this village bard जो मतलब बहुत ही बेसुरा गाता है. So his name in English is Cacophonics. Then there's this guy who is like the financial dude. नहीं, जो chief होता है, chief को and he's very obsessed with like calculations and everything. उसका नाम है Vital Statistics. तो मतलब सारे ऐसे ही नाम है, and the entire article was how she came up with these names. It was very fascinating. मतलब वो नहीं लगता जो humor है, translating humor in a different language is a very difficult thing, and
right.
And Asterix manages it really well. मतलब मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है फ्रेंच में, मैं ऐसे बोल रहा हूँ जैसे मैंने दोनों लैंग्वेजेस में पढ़ा है, but like मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है Asterix.
I really want to learn French.
Yeah.
And a few days ago, a friend shared this meme with me, which had English is such a difficult language. Imagine like all the struggles that we like. If you think about it, English is a difficult language to learn, right?
Yeah.
And there are so many words and how you pronounce them, how you use them. And then I just had this thing like, hey, I was trying to learn French. Okay, grammar was difficult, but when I can learn English, I can do French as well. And then वो एक दो दिन इतना confidence आया, and then cut to the third day, I was like, I'm okay with two languages. Okay.
नहीं, हमको स्कूल में वो था ना, संस्कृत और फ्रेंच आपको ऑप्शन लेना होता था. मैं फुल इसमें संस्कृत ले लिया था क्योंकि हाँ, I won't say it on stream. तो संस्कृत एक बेसिकली मतलब
Yeah.
My mom is
No, it's okay.
my mom is very religious. तो मतलब बचपन से मेरे को थोड़ा एक्सपोजर था, मतलब थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर समझ में आता था. So वो था, and संस्कृत में I used to score really well. But the thing is, संस्कृत में everyone scores well. So it's the only subject in your 10th boards which you can actually score 100 out of 100 on. And मतलब मेरी क्लास में not only I, like at least 10 to 12 people got it, and फिर हमको बुलाया था CBSE में, वैसे medal देते हैं, and in Sanskrit like some 300 people showed up क्योंकि everyone gets 100 in Sanskrit. तो मतलब काफी Oprah Winfrey वाला है, you get 100, you get 100. बहुत सही subject है.
Yeah. I was in ICSE and
हमें
Hindi was very scoring, but I scored a 98.
ICSE में वो तो वो था ना, हिंदी में वो सब प्रेमचंद होता था.
ICSE, the literature, like the syllabus was nice.
ICSE literature was the best.
I still regret moving from ICSE to CBSE for my 11th and 12th.
No, but हाँ, वही बोलते हैं ना कि entrance के लिए CBSE is pretty sorted, क्योंकि मतलब ज़्यादा load नहीं होता, तो you can prepare like for your entrance. हमको तो ऐसे ही justify.
सब झूठ बोलते हैं.
एंड द थिंग इज, जो भी ICSE से आते थे मतलब 11th-12th में, जो हम अभी पढ़ रहे थे केमिस्ट्री और ये सब जो भी है, वो लोग पढ़ के आए थे ऑलरेडी. तो मतलब वही होता है ना कि आप
नॉट एवरीथिंग दो.
हाँ, मतलब मोर और लेस मोटा एस ब्लॉक पी ब्लॉक उनका आइडिया था. हम तो पहली बार सुन रहे हैं ना, तो हमारा ये था 10th में सब एकदम चौड़ में 95% 96% आके CGPA 10 करके आए, एंड देन 11th स्टैंडर्ड का आपका फर्स्ट एग्जाम होता है. सो अगर 10th डिफिकल्टी में यहाँ होता है, 11th इज हियर एंड 12th इज हियर, दैट इज हाउ दे जस्टिफाइड. 11th में तो फर्स्ट एग्जाम एवरीवन स्कोर्स बैडली. तो आई रिमेंबर इन माय फर्स्ट केमिस्ट्री एग्जाम आई गॉट 14 on 70. I was like, shit यार, अभी वो क्या करूँ. I used to think chemistry अच्छा है ये वो, but then after that pretty much everyone gave up. So that's the thing. So if you're passionate enough, you'll continue. Otherwise, you'll give up and like watch tamasha and then.
There is a comment by Kaushal Singh who said कि if the WhatsApp groups are just there to notify the videos of YouTube channel and no other thing, why to join it then? Oh well, if you want to get access to the other WhatsApp groups, which are the real like if you want to join conversations around movies, books, music, then you'll have to become a patron, because those are exclusive WhatsApp groups that we give access to. Gladiators can join one exclusive WhatsApp group. Godfathers have access to 4 WhatsApp groups. So there are the actual conversations. Otherwise, we have WhatsApp groups as well if you want regular notifications of our streaming timings, videos, etc. So yeah. Hindol, please.
Yeah, and also movie club में movie club WhatsApp group was where the quiz and initially started from. तो मतलब अभिनव भाई अपना डेक डाल देते थे WhatsApp पे and then we would answer. तो वहाँ से हुआ and then we were like चलो अब इसको स्ट्रीम पे करते. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब सिर्फ लाइव स्ट्रीम अपडेट होता है, वो दूसरा ग्रुप है. आप बन के तो देखिए बेटे, हम बहुत perks देते हैं.
Yeah. And there'll be a link in the description as well if you want to become a patron. And yeah, every category comes with its own perks. Godfathers are literally treated like godfathers, so that's also very nice.
Yeah, doesn't mean we'll shoot you when you go to buy oranges, but yeah, don't go to buy oranges.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm like
yeah, this was my cue.
इसी बात पर आज की स्ट्रीम में काफी मजा आया. जानने के लिए देखते रहिए मंगलवार विद हिंडोल. That didn't rhyme, but okay.
Yeah.
That's about it.
और कोई है प्रोडक्ट जिसके बारे में आपको बात करनी है?
We'll keep it for next Tuesday. But Hindol, you said before we go, you'll do the date reveal for the next movie.
Yeah, तो
drum rolls.
लिटरेचर और फिल्म्स में एक कॉन्सेप्ट है जिसका नाम है मैकगफिन. तो मैकगफिन में क्या होता है कि जैसे आपको बताया जाता है स्टार्टिंग में कि कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड देन द एंटायर थिंग हैपेंस एंड देन यू फाइंड आउट कि ओह दिस वाज अ मिसडायरेक्शन. ये तो वो नहीं था जो हमें दे था. आई एम सॉरी, मैं ऐसे कुछ बकवास नहीं कर रहा हूँ. मैंने सोचा नहीं है. आई रियली वांट अ ब्रेक क्योंकि बहुत टैक्सिंग हो जाता है आफ्टर अ पॉइंट की मतलब कमिंग अप विद क्वेश्चंस एंड एवरीथिंग. तो मतलब हाँ यार आ जाएगा, टेंशन मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब पिक्चर्स सीजन 2 नहीं कर रहे हम इसका. सॉरी टू पिक्चर्स बहुत अच्छा शो है तो वो है. बट हाँ आएगा ज़रूर, मतलब जस्ट गिव अस अ टाइम. मे बी शायद इस वीक नेक्स्ट वीक नहीं आएगा थोड़ा देखिए. बट देयर माइट बी अ सरप्राइज है ना वाली है शायद, पता नहीं है पता नहीं कुछ तो हो रहा है. तो लेट्स सी फाइंड आउट.
इज माय जॉब खतरे में थर्ड एम्पायर की?
नहीं वो परमानेंट जो या आई टेक केयर ऑफ माय टीम. एज आई सेड माइकल स्कॉट मॉडल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. मतलब मैं बहुत ही ऐसे क्लमजी वगैरह लगता हूँ बट लाइक आई टेक केयर ऑफ माय पीपल. तो वही है.
Hindol, what headphones are those? Affiliate link डाल देंगे इनका भी.
हाँ, Red Gear Cosmo 7.1. Great.
Okay. Are they available on
Amazon? I got it for a discount sale. This is like for some 2000 or something, but मेरे को 800 कुछ में मिल गया था बीच में, तो I lucked out. But yeah, if you are a Mac user, then शायद थोड़ी दिक्कत हो सकती है. If you're on Zoom calls वगैरह, मतलब Zoom call पे चलते हैं, स्ट्रीम पे कुछ दिक्कत आती है, तो वो है. हाँ, एक कुछ तो क्वेश्चन बहुत देर से आ रहा है. Who are the prospective participants for the next quiz tournament? So that is not in my control. मैं तो चाहता हूँ कि मतलब मेरी तो बहुत लंबी लिस्ट है कि
चलो छोटा लायो.
So मतलब even they have to agree ना, तो वही है मतलब. That is where vaibhav's expertise, Vani's expertise comes in कि मतलब how to approach and also your help comes in. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि कोई आपकी सेलिब्रिटी हैं जिनको आप चाहते हो कि क्विज पे आए, तो आप प्लीज़ जाके उनको पोलाइटली बोलिए कि ऐसा एक क्विज है, अच्छा क्विज है शायद, तो if you join it will be great. तो अच्छा रहेगा. तो yeah, please help us get your favorite people onto the channel and yeah, we'll definitely bring them on. That was one. And second, as I said, we are looking for people to collaborate for the quiz team. We're expanding the quiz team, and if you really like Bollywood, if you really like Indian films, not just Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, regional films across languages, so do send a mail to Vaibhav or Vani, vaibhav@chalchitratalks.com, vani@chalchitratalks.com कि आप collaborate करना चाहते हैं, and we'll take it ahead from there. बट या प्रायोरिटी उन्हीं को दी जाएगी जो बॉलीवुड और रीजनल वाले हैं, क्योंकि वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू समथिंग रिलेटेड टू दैट. मतलब पूरा क्विज नहीं होगा, मतलब वैसा मिसरीड नहीं हो जाए, पूरा क्विज बॉलीवुड नहीं होने वाला, बट वी नीड समवन हु कैन डू दोस थिंग्स. सो
Also, guys, we are hosting the book a month discussion on Thursday. So if you've finished reading Mouse and if you want to join the discussion, do write an email to chalchitrabookclub@gmail.com. And I think we'll be finalizing everyone tomorrow. So do share your emails by tomorrow afternoon so that our team can reach out to you and all of us can stream together on Thursday and discuss Mouse and Watchmen if you guys have finished it by then. But yeah, this was a great stream, Hindol. We should stream more often.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I'll just end the stream. Thank you guys for watching us.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you everyone
lovely.
for joining. Yeah.
Do like the stream.
Yeah.
Hindol and I are sucker for likes.
Yeah.
And yeah, और कुछ बोलना है Hindol, is there anything?
Quiz आ जाएगा यार जल्दी, टेंशन मतलब please.
तब तक के लिए like the stream and follow Hindol on Instagram.
Stay safe, take care, wear a mask, get your self vaccinated, get your parents vaccinated, get everyone vaccinated whom you can, and yeah, that's it. Please
Good
stay
night.
happy.